Udah live ya? Kita watch party dulu guys ya. Gimana thumbnail barunya, bagus nggak thumbnail baru guys? Ya itu bayar guys ya.
It's been working so far. Let's see. I'm gonna call it neck and neck up to this point because the first round there was some trickery. The favorite meal. Let's see if someone takes the cake. Let's see the answer.
Kita nobar NAVI versus Team Liquid.
Oh come on.
Yes.
Well,
it's good. You did a dot and I didn't. So. Yeah.
Streaming like
finally
party.
something separates you. Well, there's going to be something else separating you, and that is a result in the upcoming match after. Wish you both the very best of luck, because right here, it's neck and neck as we close out this game show. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you again soon.
Thank you.
Belum draft juga ya?
That was absolutely awesome.
Ini baju NAVI bagus guys yang baru guys. Bukannya itu tim Liquid. Oh dia ini guys pelatihnya kembar, lupa gue.
Are fighting for the title of world's best and their road to the crown starts here. We have Team Liquid versus NAVI.
Belum
DREAMCORE
guys.
taking on
Terbaruku
Mao.
bagus
Day
nggak?
one
Bagus nggak? Bagus
of
ya buat
Valorant
nobar ya.
Champions Los Angeles starts right now.
Itu Mako tuh, DREAMCORE Mako tuh. NAVI tim mana bang? NAVI tim Eropa guys. Udah bener. Pagi ya lu? Gak juga sih kayaknya. Pasti kayak gue capek aja kayaknya Vin. Gue mau nge-gym besok tuh di RX gimana ya? Paperrex ya. Gue lapar lagi coy anjing, lapar banget gue.
They showed consistency and they've gone where no other team have gone
Gue
before.
ini kekecilan guys suaranya di gue guys, sabar ya.
Dua aja paksa cut.
Keren banget nih film-filmnya sih, ini keren nih filmnya. Ih Mako rambutnya panjang orang.
일단은 도쿄 마스터즈에서도 좀 압도적인 모습 많이 보여줬어가지고.
I don't think there's any debates about it.
Yeah.
Everybody is in the best shape, best sentinel in the world, best flex player in the world.
Chronicle has 3 trophies. You're dreaming of 2, he has 3.
But there is a most important tournament ahead of us, right?
Wih, something bro.
Dynasty to be fully justified, they need to win
Ih, baju apa tuh guys? Baju apa itu?
Every team have a chance to be remembered even more than Fnatic.
Baju baru kah?
Whereabouts is that? Is that where my hotel is? In there?
Oh, benar juga baju baru, Cok.
Because we're winning Tokyo. We weren't fully comfortable, but actually we're almost there. Ideas were cooking. I think this event.
Oke, ada Patrick, halo Trik. Kira menang siapa? NAVI sih kalau gua sih. Kita langsung lawan last boss ya.
I think when it comes to European
Woi, baju baru.
Something that Asian teams are not used
Bagus ya, bagus ya, bagus ya.
It's like they are good at punishing all this.
Bagus ya bajunya ya.
Paperrex, they are the fun team. They're the team that everybody loves to watch.
Bro nggak tahu, kamu nggak tahu, gue cuma gue tahu anjing. Gua emang gue produksi kaos kagak cok. Lebih bagus sih daripada yang sebelumnya, kayak lebih maskulin. Kalau nggak perlu beli MCD nggak sih Koryo? Jangan Trik, sumpah Trik, gue lagi diet, mending gue bakar ayam gue aja. Gue tuh kebanyakan kalori, ketambahan protein gue kalau nambah makan ayam lagi. Gue tadi gue udah 85 loh. Bayangin lo guys, gue turun 2 kilo, 1,5 kilo dalam 2 harian. Makan ayam doang, ayam dada doang guys, nggak digoreng. Makanya cuma sekali lagi. Wah. Buayanya di mana? Di TikTok. Aduh, gue harusnya bikin konten TikTok ya. Mau diet seperti aku, beli pakai keranjang kuning aku gitu ya.
So that also means
We're the second best team in the world.
Sending out some love to my blood, to my girl, to my buds, to the homie up above. And no more time for picking up to these.
Mau nggak DC bareng dia sebenarnya Jason sendiri. Enak sih.
We went to 8 lands together. Me, you, Vic. Had an insane year last year. Should have won champs last year.
Close, we should have won, but
Yeah.
redemption this year.
Another squad that
Ingusan sih, Cok.
They had no second chance to start the tournament. They've redefined, rewritten the history books.
Ah, igual, bueno, después de tanto que estuvimos acá tanto tiempo, después del 0-9, boludo, estar acá ahora grabando esto, boludo, estar en Champions.
Udah olahraga tadi trik, masa gua olahraga lagi. Kenapa ini bos?
작년에는 3위를 했잖아. 쉽지 않은 성적이긴 하지만.
Pusap kali ya, pusap guys ya. Kalau misalnya ada apa guys? Challenge apa guys? Pusap guys, challenge pusap apa nih? Kalau apa pusap nih? Ada challenge-nya nggak sih? Challenge nggak sih? Bagus banget gila filmnya, Cok. Media-nya bagus banget.
Every single player will have a little bit of a doubt and feel some genuine fear when they hear the name Kangkang.
Dia langsung pulang. Emang ini nggak ada lower bracket ada kan? Nggak ada ya? ada kan？
没有什么是完美的，那种开放式结局才是最完美的。多在几个国家捧捧杯。啊，热血男主的剧情不就真正的带到 LA 了吗？太霸气了，真的。先碰，我都想好了。
Lihat guys, Kangkang jago banget cok, anjing dia cok. Ada lower cok, bisa 2 kali nih guys. Tiap ronde menang kelas push up, oke.
Fnatic 让他们见识一下什么叫做 Chinese Power。
Chinese Power， Chindo Power。
高兴。我们先干掉巨人，好吧？然后再复仇一下 PRX， 不要让这件事情4不过3，好吧？要让这个。
Creepy。
3、2、1，一击！
They're the best team in the world for a reason. But we can do it this time.
We ain't that far behind.
We're not.
We're the only team at Tokyo that took a map off. So
True. We 2-0TL and they beat them in a best of 5. Yeah, how is that possible?
They can lose.
They can lose. They can bleed. We're good at once. We were born to do this.
Rambutnya kuning, pink anjir.
But let's not forget, we've never had a reigning world champion before. So Loud, they could also be the team that break a couple of records this year.
Susahnya gue mau follow bang, nggak tahu ya.
Pretty close. And I think you want to get some revenge.
Knocking was good. Japan is really important. But after winning like one after another one, it's kind of hard like keeping focus. We need one more. This is the important one. Champion is champions, you know, man.
Anjir, Lot colot mau marah nih. Kemarin Lot turun guys performanya guys.
And I want a rematch for sure, man.
I'd say let's meet each other somewhere in playoffs.
Let's have it. Yeah.
This year has been an
absolute dream come true for all of us.
One more. Let's go.
Paling tinggi bang, betul. Valorant paling tinggi nih guys. PRX, mana PRX? Lah, udah dia. Coba anjing. Oh, Korea nggak ke LA. Iya, Spicy yuk ke LA katanya guys, ntar guys. Kalau aku mah cuma streamer watch party ya guys ya.
All right, first of all, congratulations, it's champions. It's somehow already here. So congrats to you both on
Uji tim Liquid jelek cowok, anjir aneh banget dah.
Let's kick it off. So TL, you are higher seed, team A or team B? So Navi, you'll be team A, and we will start with your first ban. Your ban? Pearl. Okay, so bans are Haven and Pearl. Map number 1. Fracture. Side on Fracture.
Di kakak coy, kembar kan? Kembar coy, ya kan kembar kan?
Number 2. Bind. Side on bind.
Bagusan yang lama coy, yang putih, yang hitam agak kurang nih. Gelap.
Defense, okay. So we'll go with the next set of bands, starting with Navi. You have Ascent, Lotus, and Split.
Ngapain tuh anjing?
Okay.
Ngapain jumpy anjing? Mereka mah udah kayak, tapi kan kenapa ini ketemu ini ya guys ya? Harusnya kan Eropa nggak boleh ketemu Eropa lagi kan ya?
Dance. Okay, so
lagi dilawan iya.
Map number 3 will be Split.
Kayak karbon ya, kayak karbon sih.
Okay.
Turbine Split.
Okay.
Biru putih guys, liquid
right, I'm gonna run through this, make sure we're both good to go. No. So first set of bands, we have Haven and Pearl. Map number 1 is Fracture with TL on attack. Map number 2 is Bind with Navi on defense. Next set of bands were Lotus and Ascent. Map number 3 will be Split with Navi on
Alright.
Yeah? Alright. Good luck to you both.
Ini udah jadi kode udah lama guys, kalau yang ini gue tahu gue. Apa guys? Ih bagus stage-nya anjing. Beda guys anjing stage-nya beda cok. Anjing LA rame banget guys, kalau Amerika tuh bener banget Valorant cok. Oke, Spike. Navi. Banyak lihat banget ya rolling bro. Yoi. Wah, nuts carry nih bos.
Love on the stage, but you best believe there will be no love on the server as we have two teams that have not only defined esports, but have also those 10 players as well as their coaches have defined professional Valorant for what it is here in 2023. This is going to be an excellent matchup between two hungry teams.
Iya sih, gue ngeliatnya tapi liquid ya, kayak lebih pede liquid gitu guys. Liquid kayak pede banget cok.
Second best in EMEA. That was their title up until this year. Team Liquid beat them in EMEA, overtook them, won in that tournament. But now coming into this event, there's a chance to change that score, to flip things back in the favor of Navi in the tournament that matters most.
Yeah, and like you said, GB, there was love right there at that hug, but man, these map meetups tell me there's
I told my mom I couldn't go to the coach because Jesus told me to go to support Team Liquid coach.
The other team Liquid has just been blown out in the recent Fracture games. Navi, on the other hand, got blown out on Bind. I mean, they've looked very sketchy with Angel on the KO. I expect to see some comp changes. I mean, obviously out of Navi, but even out of Liquid throughout this series.
And that's really the question surrounding Navi. What comps are they going to play?
Please
what
don't
is
steal
the
my
Navi
girlfriend.
that's going to show up here at Champions? Is it a team that's still changing back and forth, making really strange decisions? Or will it be that Navi who finds their style, are hard to predict, and can be a contender for top spots?
This is a team that has won Copenhagen, that has had so much success in their journey here in professional Valorant.
Ini nama coachnya bingung nggak sih pilih kedukung Liquid apa Navi ya juga sih.
These are two teams that have had very,
iya, mamanya coachnya, aduh yang mana dia menang deh, yang penting sama-sama dapat duit katanya. Karena mamanya, udah kamu yang menang ngalah aja, yang penting dapat duit gitu.
So now you have to wonder, you know, who
siapa yang tayar tertinggi kan bang,
wants
betul.
it more when they walk into that server and start this game.
I think we're going to find out pretty quickly on the pace Navi sets. I think they're going to want to get CNED a little bit more active than what he's been in his recent games. And I think we're going to see a lot of CNED going up against Safe throughout this series.
We absolutely will. Those two players have defined their
Secret Lab Valorant Champion bro, keren banget ya guys ya, Secret Lab ya guys ya. Gila ini kursi terenak, terbaik, dan ternyaman ya nggak sih Patrick? Ya nggak sih, kursi terbaik, terenak, dan ternyaman. Membuat kalian bisa tidur dengan nyenyak, duduk dengan maksimalitas kekuatan dalam penggunaan nggak pegel gitu loh guys ya.
And Team Liquid have actually been playing a very similar composition to them as well, but the implementation has been nowhere near the level that Navi has had.
Yeah, and I'm surprised Navi has stuck with it for so long after the Omen nerfs to the one-ways. I think he got a little bit hindered on Fracture more so than any of the other maps.
Apakah Seagate sih mau dibantai bang?
Is still comfortable picking Omen on Fracture.
Kemarin Navi tuh lagi turun, Team Liquid juga turun di turnamen Master Tokyo, mereka berdua ini turun guys. Dia nggak perform bagus ya dua tim ini. Gue pikir pakai Pilo Pro lagi biar makin empuk. Pilo Pro-nya mahal banget 1 juta anjing Vin. Minta dong Vin, beliin Vin. Pilo Pro-nya Vin. Yang ini kan Pilo Lumbar Pro ya, Lumbar Pro ya.
They're taking a page out of EG's book. We saw how good the ult combinations can be when you implement these breach Soko compositions. But they have their own spin on it, playing that Neon instead, which I think has always been a super strong role for Safe. It allows you to be super proactive with defensive side aggression, and it pairs really well with this double initiator comp.
Yeah, and taking Nats off the Cypher, putting him on the Viper. I think that's a pretty good shout, given that Navi has been running the raids.
Wih,
I mean,
Neon bro.
Made the right
Jumpy
comp
Neon.
adjustment here. Navi on
Ini
the
one
other
duelist tapi
hand,
Dion, Cok. Bisa kah?
Neon is going to be breezing by the Killjoy util. I don't think it's slowing her down at all.
There's no Sentinel on the other side, so it has to be proactivity on this defense. If Navi can shut that down, I think they can get a big leg up in this one.
Yeah, and we are ready, folks. Let's go ahead and make some noise, Shrine, as we get ready for our first match of the day. And what better way to kick it off than two fan-favorite casters? You have Bren and Sideshow.
Brand and Sideshow.
Yeah, excited to kick this one off here. Champs 2023 finally Josh.
Ini Liquid mau main cepet kayaknya. Iya sih, kalau udah main Neon tuh udah pasti mainnya cepet. Nggak mungkin main Neon tuh kayak
with plenty of parallels, plenty of listen, mischievous plays, risky plays, all over the bloody places and they're with them. But
ada boxnya nggak kayak gitu kan?
I think it's the most unpredictable group that we have at Champions, and we're kicking things off
Tapi
straight
dia
into
pakai
the
Neon
pistol
satu
round
duelis susah
with
sih harusnya
two
guys.
IGLs that have got to be some of the most unpredictable too. Team Liquid have
Ada
gone for a
voting, udah voting.
And Soulcast taking liberties over here on his own towards Arcade.
Fast lane up, there's going to be a fault line to the side. No stun connecting.
Great sees though onto Yampy.
Yeah, and look at that.
Voting
Yampy nowhere
ya.
to hide. Dart a little bit late. Angel still tucked to the corner. Safety in numbers. Rest of his team helping to support him out here. Team Liquid forced to really readjust, set their sights onto a different goal maybe.
So Sean was saying that the Neon is going to try and get past the Killjoy utility repeatedly, but here you see they have more tools to be able to work with that. The Seize is going to be excellent for dealing with Yampy, and that's got to be something that he baits out early or tries to find a way around. Now, Team Liquid stalled out a little bit, but Safe still with a ton of utility.
And a call is made for a reclearance right into the Maw. Team Liquid still holding. It's a triple face. Nats! He's claiming two. It's beautiful. Nats! So cheeky with a three-piece. The beginning after a rough start for the pistol. Let's see how it really gets going though. Plan. Get it going. Still a fight to be taken by Navi.
Guys, Nats bro, let's bro.
Into their own hands, but that's the pistol round claimed.
Off a huge play by Nats. Came into it with only a classic in his hand, and such patience demonstrated there too by Liquid, waiting for Na'Vi to peek into them. If you think about how both of these compositions are going to play on the defense side, Na'Vi should have more passive information. They have the Killjoy setup. They can be throwing out
Nats bantai-bantai. Nats kalau panas gila cok emang dia orang cok. Ini main Vipernya kayak najis cok sumpah di Nats. Sekarang tuh metanya tuh Viper sama satu smoker guys, enak guys anjir. Bisa buat musuh bingung mau kemana. Delaynya juga enak.
Can't call into question that individual skill.
Phantom nggak tuh sih anjing. Full armor Phantom lagi.
I think that's been the issue with Na'Vi this year. It hasn't been the individual form of the players. It's been finding a team system that really works, compositions that fit them, and ways of putting their players in positions to succeed. That constant struggle to find their style. For Team Liquid, they clicked a little quicker.
Oh, and faced it away. It's a game of timings. Wall up, smokes propped up. Close to the corner is Angel. Does he suspect the reposition? Doesn't seem likely. Yep, wades right into it. Aftershock on top. The stun. Sending it flying with the util as well.
Wah gila stunnya bagus banget guys.
Clear this one, but again, too much emphasis being placed. Now through main choke point. Redgar and Nats.
Nice, nice. Gila sih. Tim Liquid panas juga nih.
Being choked out of this one still. Reveal, I believe, Xiao able to claim that one through the smoke. Zipan as well. This is getting potentially dangerous, but leave it just up to Xiao.
Dapat lagi, Cok.
Not likely to win that one, not against the rifles.
Liquid sih kayaknya guys. Dari tembakannya kelihatannya sih Liquid ya, dari tembakannya guys ya. Dan dari kelaparannya sih kayaknya sih sudah lapar ya guys.
Redgar only bought a ghost in the prior round, so
kita bikin challenge apa guys? Kalau push up, kalau apa nih?
But it's going to have to be fast and explosive for Team Liquid to carry this momentum forwards. Still, a much better start than the last time we saw Liquid on Fracture.
Kalau ini, kalau round ini Team Liquid menang, gua push up.
They got destroyed.
Ya benar nggak sih? Ini kan bonus round ya.
Close between all of these teams. And Angel looks like he wants to fight really early on.
Listen, might be seeing a classic Angel play.
Tiap Thrifty sama round tertentu.
For his team, there's a flash blinding them all up. Haunt. Thoughts are back.
It's an excellent start. Great bolt from Yampi. It pushes everybody back from Na'Vi. And now they're looking to head into Soulcast. Now, Soulcast has been playing on his own here, arcade side, pretty much the entire time, all 3 of these rounds.
And that's the danger of it. Yeah, that's the punish. If you get a read on that.
It really doesn't seem like a safe place for Soulcast to be holding. He doesn't have the ability to get out on the ropes, doesn't have too much utility to be able to hold on to either.
Yap, tas skill lebih satu. Oke, boleh nih.
It's not like playing a Killjoy on the north side where your turret gives you information if there's a crush.
Pusapnya berapa, Cok?
Or, some way of escaping,
10 ya, 10
for
ya.
example, if you're playing chamber or something like that.
Kalau nas skill lebih dari satu.
Liquid, Redgar trying to fake some presence over towards B with the dart and the drone. Making it feel like all that attention is placed there, but nobody's given up their positioning right now to hold it down. It's Segetsu. Fast lane in his face. Ripping all the way through, can't deal with the turret. Still a lot of angles to watch for. Segetsu, caught so unaware. Trousers down by his ankle. Still seen it. The back of the site, got to anchor it, cannot adjust the aim in time.
Dua dong.
Liquid.
Dua guys ya.
Pit down as well as looking all but likely that they just steal away the round. It's a scramble from Navi, desperate to try and get in.
Apa dua sih? Dua aja. Anjing sih Nat, tai banget, jago banget dah.
Yes, the adjustments there.
Work, still got the haunt as well. No reveals.
Tapi 5 aja, oke 5.
So difficult to get a reveal.
Kalau menang tim Liquid berarti 5 tambah 5 10 ya.
What a difficult task. The K kicking in lower and lower, and single blow bullet will do it with a crossfire setup. Plenty of safety there. This is Team Liquid. Really setting the tone, I think, of this map here. Like you're saying, Josh, they've changed up quite a bit with their compositions, but winning the bonus round, keeping it going.
And they came into the bonus with almost no equipment. And it's Nats and Yampi who are just carrying this map for Liquid so far. On top of that, major mistakes from Sugetsu. It's an interesting wall setup that he was using over towards the A side. In the next round, but he was just caught wide out in the open. Had no way of really dealing with
kalau Saib nge-kill, gua tambah 5 lagi. Saib kan masih no kill itu.
Made the try and push out here. Yampi. Okay, off of his contact, there's a fault line and a flash into the corner, will collect the 1 kill. Plenty more players waiting though to receive, and he's diligent with it, checking the right corners. All that map control gain, there is a push out from Navi on the north side of the map, and look, they seem to be ready for it. There's 2 players holding that direction already. Almost expecting.
This is the
way that Navi like to play. If they're pushed on defense like this, Ziban and Angel are going to try to flank. I mean, Sean was forced to break down a version of that play, actually, where Angel went for a bit of an ambitious TP.
Yeah.
But Team Liquid look like they're ready for it, and you've got to remember that this is going to be a battle where both teams are familiar with the other's playstyle. Now it's all down to Angel and Ziban coming through on Dish. Soulcast has already spotted them. He can just back up and play with the rest.
Purposefully not planting the spike. Maybe to farm some orbs or what? Not too sure, but they're collecting the kills anyway, and now they get the plant down. I mean,
well, that's going to boost up the energy and the confidence. Team Liquid are a very momentum-based team. They constantly talk about it, bringing energy into the matches, feeling like they're putting their best out on the server. And when Yampi's 9-1 coming off the back of an ace, sure, it's an anti-eco. He's not facing the most stiff resistance in the world. But even before this, he was still 4-1 winning massive duels for his team and helping them get some good spots on the bonus round. That's how you know things are going well for Liquid.
Nas masih sama ya, Nas tiap round. Nas kalau kill 2 kita ini pusat 5.
Redgar very close to his ultimate here. We'll see if Team Liquid have any ult plays.
Sisanya kalian nentuin guys ya. Kalian kasih challenge ke gua, jangan gua.
But Yampi's just sending it.
Yeah, all the way through as well, and the bullets, the damage. Concatenated on top there with the Nana Swarms.
I think they could have come up with a better strategy there.
Yeah, it was very all in. Another first kill going away at Navi, but they haven't been able to convert the rounds after it. It's Team Liquid.
Still Soulcast on his own towards Arcade, now getting reinforcements from Safe. There was an opportunity for CNED to duel him.
PS pertama di champion walaupun Iko ya.
chose the more safe of the options. They're gathering up here. Redgar still not really playing for the orb, not playing for any kind of Hunter's Fury idea in this round.
There's danger in this as well.
Pakai dart nambah 5. Oke, siap. Di round ini doang berarti ya. Enggak di setiap round.
But recall what NAVI did on the pistol. Same kind of situation as this. Team Liquid cut noise and NAVI peeked into them. Going for information, got punished.
30 seconds left.
Let's get to it, a jiggle there. I think he did see something. Angel had to let the paranoia fly as well. There is that trade. Zipan is quick with it. Now the showstopper let loose on top of the staircase. And yet he finds his mark. This time, Team Liquid not able to battle back. Crack into that defense. NAVI were very prepared.
But let's talk about the ults a little here. Mimi was saying that these Sova Breach compositions can be excellent on Fracture, and they can. And we've seen that Evil Geniuses cook up tons of different ultimate plays to carry the momentum forwards and win rounds just like this one. But here, you don't have the Brim ultimate, you don't have the Killjoy lockdown, you don't have the Showstopper, all massive tools that Evil Geniuses usually uses to be able to carry their momentum forwards. If you have a Sova that's one away from getting his Hunter's Fury online, I think that's got to be the priority. And that maybe can be a gap that NAVI can exploit. If Team Liquid haven't done the prep,
kalau Redgar ultinya dapat 1, gua nambah 5 guys.
NAVI will get some easier rounds here.
1 ya.
This is a bread and butter move. The NAVI composition, the one-way smoke, a bit of a prowler to set them up on a line. It gives them that A-Halls control, but they've given up drop as a result of it. Let's put their attention towards it. 3 players grouped up, and I believe that's a stun being held, yeah, along with the dart. This is definitely a set play. Hunter's Fury, right from the spawn, and all the kills being collected.
Tidak dapat guys, tidak dapat guys.
Right when they needed it.
That is absolutely wonderful. Choosing to invest it here in round 6 rather than round 5, but Redgar had the perfect angle to catch those players as they went back into side.
Anjing, gua lagi diet, Trik.
That was wonderfully done. An A split with a Hunter's Fury that was excellent for Yampi to be able to capitalize
on. Emang dapat, Cok? Nggak dapat, Cok. Emang dapat.
So, just as I was having doubts about whether Team Liquid had done their prep work on the attack side, they come out with that one. And now they're starting to build up to Breach Ultimate as well. Things that can keep NAVI constantly on the back foot. Remember, this is NAVI's map pick. It's probably their second best map. The way that the vetoes went, Team Liquid got rid of Pearl, which NAVI have been incredible at. That's why NAVI have brought them here to Fracture.
Well, still close to the corner. Trying to hunt down these kills to get to.
Kalau ngomongin Magdi, gue jadi lapar, Cok.
Holding his ground.
Gue ngebayangin. Anjing.
Is sharp, isn't it? Good form towards the end of the round. We'll do some economic damage, but still enough money to buy.
Burger ya.
The Team Liquid.
Look at how well coordinated
it is. And look at the
angle. I mean, as Zipan is caught in the corner, it also catches Xiao, who's trying to escape into sight. The reaction from Safe is exactly
gitu ya. Kata Fafa gitu ya. Orang berbuat baik jangan ditolak ya. Oke. Cek dulu ya, gue cek dulu.
And NAVI take a timeout. Bren, I thought it was so interesting listening to the press conference before Champions began. Much has been made of Emil going up against Doombros, the 2 identical twins battling. But one of the things I found to be most incredible is that they said whenever a tactical timeout is taken like this, they can almost tell exactly what the other brother is going to be saying to the team. These guys are physiologically identical, and they've also gone down almost the exact same career pathway, coaching a Valorant team, finding themselves in this kind of spot. They just know what the other's thinking, and it makes these tactical timeouts such a mind game. They were saying they often have to ignore what their first impetus would be and go to plan B or plan C of how they would adjust things, just to try and win the mind game over their opponent. This is not just a matchup of 2 EMEA teams that know each other really well. It's a battle of 2 IGLs that have a ton of experience. 2 brothers in the coaching slot that whenever they have input, have to second guess everything.
Yeah. Secondary plans.
Gue gak mau nasi guys, nasi gue no. Say no to nasi guys.
Well on actions, just in case the other side is going to predict what you're going to do.
And NAVI have swapped things up here. They've completely rotated the
anggapnya cide. Belum juga lama, dia itu udah cide aja.
The more info-finding aggressive component of the Raise Fade and Angel fighting Arcade.
Makan ayam dada 1,5 tadi. Gede loh guys, gede guys ya. Telur ayam kampung 2. Nasi dikit. Udah, itu doang udah makan itu doang guys. Pulang gym lagi tadi guys.
Ini buat MBC.
In a halls, lots of ults online for NAVI.
Sugetsu presumably putting that down.
Kalau TL menang dengan 4, ini ada 4 ultimate nih guys, Navi. TL menang, gua pusat tambah 5.
On this side of the map. So for Team Liquid, it looks like another slow round that's just this pinch on B. These have gone well when Navi have peeked into them.
Guys.
Otherwise, Team Liquid don't seem to have that ability to get into the side. The difference here.
Oh, suaranya belum di ini guys, bentar. Suaranya nggak keluar, babi. Ente 5 juta.
Time running short. 40 seconds. This Viper's pit again just pushes Team Liquid into the B site. Should be expecting this one. Zipan still has to watch multiple angles, and here's a Nightfall. In response there, Jolt going straight wide into their spawn as well, just trying to take the fight straight to them as well. There's going to have to be containment for various areas of the map. Zipan falls though. Sokas now with a late lurk and not expecting that angle. Xiao behind the box, just popping out in the open. Heads on a swivel. Team Liquid caught so damn unaware. Redguard still wins his fight out, and Yampi looking as well to get that backstab attempt. Xiao still alive, but it is just left up to Yampi. It's a 1v2. Very wide swing. Xiao still alive. 9 bullets, make it 7. Has to skip across and try and deny it. Yeah, immaculately played by Xiao to get to always safe bearer hands in that scenario.
Aman.
There it is, Emil's favorite skin. Team Liquid's slow attacks into B have just simply not been successful. They're not able to get the same value, and here's what happened over towards Halls. Nats caught Cned, who was trying to push out through the pit and meet up with the rest of the players on B, and it just ended up being a 1-for-1 trade, where Nats was essentially out of the fight the entire time. So Navi have another in very similar fashion to how they got round 5. They're going to look to try and take some tree control as everybody on Liquid sets up for an A split.
On either side of the map there, there's not going to be any contact.
Look at that recon dart too that Redguard's throwing. It's all the way from the south side.
It's cheeky.
Clearly a lot of prep work been put in here. This rotate though is incredibly early from Navi.
Cek dulu. Grab dulu, cek grab. Gue tuh suka ngecek gitu guys, yang murahnya aja gue pakai. Kalau Shopee, biasanya Shopee nggak ada diskon sih. Kalau make dia.
But no, Navi are stacking this, and Team Liquid, do they still choose to pull the trigger? Yeah, there's the stuns coming through, gliding down, but Yampi's caught in between 2 players.
Kalau digini, gue takutnya abis makan tuh gue ngantuk tau nggak sih, Gue takut ngantuk abis makan, gue mulut banget sih.
Ships in the night. Is there any expectation here? Xiao still looking the other way. Angel. Util in his hand, Zipan to the side. Doesn't expect it. The comms go and a miss.
Leaves things in a 2v3. Team Liquid still have Safe and Soulcast and Astral Wall potentially to get out onto a side somewhere. As Xiao still feels like he needs to commit to the B side. They don't exactly know where these Team Liquid players are, but the time, Team Liquid's worst enemy.
Spicy yang biasa nggak ada, Max Spicy yang biasa, memeo.
Gotta get a move on here. Cosmic Divide. Gonna split up the site. Bit more palpable potentially. Flash into the corner.
Emang pusap.
Look at the transfer.
Pusap kenapa guys? Ada yang pusap nggak? Coba tabung. Ingetin.
Hot on the trail. Able to put a stop to it.
Tabung.
Some of that momentum definitely petering out here.
Skill 2, oke, sabar. 5 ya, sabar. Gua milih dulu ntar kelar milihnya, Cok.
But Yampi is getting caught on more of these entries. You see the adaptation from Navi as soon as the fast lane went down for Yampi to get into sight. 2 of the Navi players jumped into it. They bloomed a smoke, ran inside the fast lane to catch Yampi. They are putting a lot of resources into shutting down this Neon early, and there isn't enough support. Same play again here, same recon dart. The orb to take a little bit of force control. And Navi look like they're recognizing it. Angel and Zipan are fast out through the north side, and red pings light the map up.
Onto the north side, yeah.
Epos menang 50 pusat bang, nggak ada Epos. 5 ya guys ya.
Seeking to get that information, but across that's just not good. Angel's made to look like an absolute bloody genius. Impeccable form, even with him falling. The space has been created, and the spike is dropped in the middle of nowhere.
This one is going to be an almost impossibility for Redgar and Nats to recover. Everybody on Navi controlling that area. The drone, I mean, it clears a part of the map that Navi have no interest in standing in. Those are the kind of moments where you have these IGLs
Sabar ya.
Both of them love making aggressive, hard reads of their opponent. There's going to be wild plays where sometimes they look like they have a need to feed, but in certain spots like this, they can pull out the exact play that they need to. The X factor for either team. For Redgar and Nats here, I think they'd love to save these weapons necessary, but also if they could get some kind of ult orb, I mean, even with a kill or a death, they're going to be able to have ults up for the next round. They don't need to prioritize that too much. A lot of these orbs are attacker-sided. This next round is going to be a very important one. Only Soulcast without the ability to buy.
Paling murah, cek. The best grab paling murah, guys, malam-malam.
Maybe the rifles will make a difference.
Oke, itu pengennya keren bang. Aduh, sabar guys ya.
String arounds now, almost dragging it
Lu
even.
besok-besok challenge aja sih, kayak jangan suruh makan lagi. Tolong, gue mau diet. Udah 86 ke bawah tadi ini guys.
And yeah, Angel. I mean, again, the aggression is there.
Kalau dipanasin gue makan
soalnya. Doesn't shy
soalnya.
away from it. When he has an idea and a read on the map, what's going on?
Bisa
Always going to be the first one to take that contact. This is where we're really starting to see how deep does that Team Liquid playbook run. It's a new composition. What else have they cooked up?
Lapar. Iya sih. Tapi
run dry ever so slightly. Preparation in order with this one. Dart down to the side, making it feel like again that A presence, but this time it's Team Liquid trying to work over towards Arcade. Don't have tree control.
Tuhan, Oke, 5 push up ya, sabar ya.
Obviously, this haunt has not really been followed up. So Team Liquid may disrespect it. Redgar's using his drone over towards halls instead of using that to re-clear trees, so Angel's got himself in a spot where he may well get value. And even if he does get pushed, punished, he has his ultimate to be able to escape.
Great melek matamu, cok. Gue jangan mereka jam segitu, anjing. Gue pengen ini guys, apa sih? Gue gak masuk list official watch party. Gue gak masuk karena gue Paperrex langsung, jadi udah beda sama situ. Anjir, Solkas. Darah 1! Kalau Solkas nge-kill 1 orang lagi, gue tambah 5 push-up-nya. Kalau TL menang, ya kan TL udah pasti menang. Coba babi kalian ya.
Well set up round from Team Liquid.
It is, but almost in some sense, just
udah gue pesan guys,
contacting and clearing out the players from NAVI who are in spots that
kentang lagi anjing. Burger kentang berapa kalori itu guys? Burger McSpicy guys ini.
Very common, but also great awareness, I think, from the other side of things for Team Liquid to have crosshair placement trained in that specific spot. It's often an area that ends up catching people out. And I think one of the reasons that they can afford to do that is that there just hasn't been aggression coming from tower. When CNED's been playing in that spot, he's been playing passively, holed up inside tower, not looking for aggressive swings. So they're not worried about it as they get through Arcade. They can only focus on one of those angles. He's had this lockdown for a long time. We saw him recently make the move over to Killjoy, and I think he's still adapting, picking up the operator now, and he's kind of playing hard anchor, which hasn't given him many opportunities to use the lockdown in some kind of retake setup. So they're missing the value that that ultimate could provide as we head deep here into this first half.
Just been waiting there. Yeah. So a steady lead being held in game by Team Liquid, but here we go. There's a response. Util being used, and they are backed all the way out of there. The showstoppers just pulled out of Zipan.
Ya, sayang banget.
At all. It's a full evacuation, Team Liquid, but right into the operator this time. That's getting caught on the lurk, but still that arcade control is Liquid's.
This is going to make things very difficult for CNED, right? They want to try and maintain some level of presence over towards the site, but Team Liquid have arcade control. They're trying to get up into tower at the moment too. Thankfully, CNED does actually have that alarm bot that tells him if people are trying to get deep into tower onto site.
Okay.
So it gives him and Xiao just a little bit of safety.
Sudah mati coba berarti
back off from B.
Push up hari ini.
Regrouping with their IGL, who's taken Hall's control.
Looking like they wanted to go towards A, but no.
Oh, they're
guessing it, yeah, committing over towards it. Making the presence with the drone. It's been a regular theme so far. This attack side of Team Liquid.
Kamu buatku. Udah coba nasi telur babe nggak yang sebentar? Belum. Katanya berminyak banget sih. Jadi udah coba, gue jadi takut kalau berminyak. Gue aja makan yang bersih.
With the operator out in the open, I mean, he's got nowhere to run, nowhere too high. He's got to back away and pray that his team have his back. There's the shot landed. Flashes not connecting, and Shao pushing right through the smoke, catching every single player that might be lurking and trying to put a stop to it.
Around by CNED with his op, put in really uncomfortable spots and delivered every time he was asked to take a shot. I think that's been one of the biggest issues actually with Navi this year, is trying to put CNED in positions where he's comfortable. And here,
dia pasti ada temennya guys, dia tuh ada temennya guys.
Particularly was, but he's got so much skill. His ability to read where his opponents are coming from in that situation, immaculate too. He doesn't need the lockdown. Save it for round 12.
Kayak no bening anjing.
Now Redgar has the Hunter's Fury as well, so there is a counter available to get into the final round of this half. Navi have been constantly exploring. Angel has kept them very proactive on the defensive side. And if
Asupannya kurang nih guys, pagi mah. Anjing gue, kalau gue masalahnya gue kalau begadang itu gue nggak kuat nahan laparnya sih.
Across the ropes this time, doesn't want to get caught out.
Nggak bagus buat otot gue juga guys, lagi recovery kan.
Still that tree control is theirs. Tunnel as well, looks like that's where Yampi's setting his sights, but that is being watched as well. If he decides to push deep into it, Angel, he's got his rifle locked onto it.
Berapa hertz bang? Kayak yang 360 nggak sih?
So safe, so slow.
Gue sebenarnya sih nggak lapar-lapar banget, cuman kayak gatel aja mulutnya.
This time the drone coming in. Actually, there's a lot of players behind this one. The Haunt is good though. That's going to be a tag onto the one. What a kill! Right onto Yampi. Flying Viper spin into the show. Hunter's Fury. They are chucking the kitchen sink at this. Are they going to be able to get through? Still time. 30 seconds left. Have to see that plan coming down for the extension. We're just following the Prowlers right to the prize. Zipan is collecting. Guy's an absolute monster, but finally shut down. That's taking matters into his own hands. 20 seconds left. Spike. He's grabbed it. There's a player watching, and the lockdown finally getting that value. It's all up to Redguard. Not a chance.
Sama, cok.
And Navi ties up at 6-6 in the first half of Champions 2023. It's a tight game, a close one, a slow one too, and a bit bizarre. If you thought this was going to be defined by the big battle of Safe against CNED, it hasn't quite gone that way, with that being a Breach v Killjoy matchup. But the first quarter dominated by Yampi and Nats until Navi found a way to respond.
Energen jangan gede, cok. Jus pare pernah, gue minum air pare pernah, sering dulu. Jus pare nggak pernah.
A slower game, right? Like, you know, this is what we've come to expect. And it wasn't defined by flashy plays, but you can tell that once the compositions were locked in, it felt like that's when the wheels started to turn here, and everyone's really trying to like game plan against how do you stop the neon, how do you get value from the neon. Lots of cool things we saw at the very least.
For Team Liquid, I think this was defined by their composition, and the question was, what do they have cooked up? Did they have those same
rebusan pare nggak pernah lo emang.
And they had rounds
Rebusan pare itu buat ini tahu buat apa sih?
I think they did a really good job on this execute, especially since it's Yampi playing the neon. This is an unusual agent for him, but I think they combined it really well, using the neon to distract those relay bolts to hold people in place with that dart to then go out and use the Sova ultimate. But the thing was, it wasn't these rounds that defined the half. It wasn't like EG where it's ult combo
buat apa sih? Buat ngebuang ini guys, buat ngebuang apa? Pokoknya buat ngebuang gitu dah.
A lot for TL where Navi was winning in these late rounds.
I agree completely. I think if Navi went back and looks at this map and how it started, it is eerily similar
buat ngebuang lah pokoknya. Buat detox kalau nggak salah. Pokoknya buat buang racun deh.
Opening test round and the bonus, and they couldn't convert those rounds. Those are massive swing rounds in that half, and I think without that, Navi wins this half convincingly. That said, I want to give Liquid their flowers like you just did. I love the set plays coming between the Neon, the Sova, and the Breach. I thought the combination
pokoknya buat apa? Pokoknya itu intinya saya gue buat intinya untuk ini sih.
Almost always Angel being the proactive player.
Untuk apa? Untuk
never zip in. I expect that to change in this half, and for Navi, I think it's a question of how do you deny this neon space? Because Liquid,
apa sih kayak buang racun gitu lah.
Really aggressive on the extremities.
Gue lupa pokoknya. Itu gue dikasih sama bokapnya teman gue. Dan gue datang ke rumahnya, nih air pare nih, minum nih, masih hangat-hangat, anjing pahit banget sumpah anjing. Jadi pare direbus kan airnya tuh kayak agak butek kan. Nah itu airnya lu minum coba dah, pahit banget anjing sumpah ngabong.
We said this was going to be a game of parity. You think about the identical twin head coaches, you know, the
Untungnya gue sama gue tuh pahit tolerance gue lumayan bagus lah. Gue nggak yang kayak itu nggak bisa gue
The issue here though for Team Liquid is that Na'Vi, in my opinion, are a lot better on the attack side of this map than they are on the defense. I'm not sure that necessarily bears out in the stats, but I think that they tend to come in with better ideas. I think the slow pace on their attack side is the way that Angel likes to call and the way that players like Seagate and Xiao like to play.
Another play being set up though. Some form of utility. There's a fault line. Double swing, double face. Zip ban, not favored.
Pistolnya kenceng ya.
Not at all.
Lu mau aja bang, darah kotor ya kayak gitulah. Pokoknya buat Trisal itu, buat kelenjar, buat ginjal deh kayaknya, buat ginjal bagus guys.
With that first kill, Team Liquid advantage. Still not a lot of information because yeah, Nats. What a timing to be taken by Na'Vi. Immediately evened out.
Mas, Mac Spicy, boleh nggak ayamnya ayam ini guys, ayam kampus? Nggak lucu ya?
Yeah, where is this spike going?
What is the call here? The call to push into spawn. This is a complete adaptation. Redgar could be an absolute hero here to stun, to capitalize. Redgar heard it all. And the util is good. It's fantastic. It's still coverage is there. Into the smoke.
What am I watching?
It's anarchy.
That's the spike again.
2 versus 2.
Safe has it. Knocked down right by his feet.
Picked up though. And so, which way does this go? I mean, the smoke's still covering their exits, but again, tip top. It's just pure RNG. Oh my God.
Safe finding value there, but that was also Solcas's smoke that even allowed Seagate to escape in the first place. Can Xiao win this?
What
a
shot! I mean, basically, full run is what it felt like now. Time left as well to get this plant down, but he is low. With the extension, him versus Safe. Ghost in either hands. Needs to be a shot to the head. He digs him. The shot goes wide. Stun. Missing. Doesn't hit it, though. It's Safe with 3 to finish. And a pistol round for Team Liquid, man.
That is a pistol round for the ages. That's an unbelievable one. What an audible to call from Angel there. And I think that's been another theme, actually, of Na'Vi throughout this year, is overcooking situations like that, just a tad. You could see the idea. You can definitely see what he's going for there, and there's only Redgar holding him back. The issue is, when Safe has a fault line into spawn and you're all running single file into Redgar, that fault line connected on everybody, and it just stalled the entire pivot.
Enak skill 2 nggak? Enak skill 2 nggak ya?
Madness, though. Absolute madness that puts Team Liquid up 7-6. The reaction in the Netherlands, the same as mine here.
You're going to get disbelief at times when you watch these two teams.
That's mati,
or for worse.
Everybody on Navi flooding through
Navi menang, gua usap 10.
Makes sense, the lockdown. Massive tool. Although Xiao is technically close.
Biar ayamnya kebakar guys sama ini. Sama rokat gua. Ini Papi sama Dendi kagak main, beda game, Bambang.
Making sure they prioritize the ults on either areas. What's available to them on Fracture? Even getting a cheeky kill here, but
with how slowly, Brent, that Na'Vi like to play on their attack side, I think Team Liquid is going to find it very difficult to get information. Yeah, they still have the Sova Dart and they have a drone to work with, but apart from that, they have no passive info coming from a Killjoy or a Cypher or anything like that. They're going to need to be pushing and info peeking a lot. And that offers opportunities for Na'Vi to punish. Is he here again, Solcas? Forced to give up a Halls control because he's worried about Dish.
Yeah,
they can't
he's backed all the way just to the default spot. And
yeah, jago nggak main Valo. Kayaknya bisa deh.
And now he can hear it. The footsteps coming his way. Paranoia. That's a connection. Nade towards his feet.
Cing, gila reconnya bro.
Sets it up.
Ternyata Sova berguna juga sini ya.
Down with the aftershock. Laying all the util straight into the choke point. Fire in range for Solcas.
Anjir tenang banget tembaknya, Cok.
Easy pickings on the anti-eco. That's what you need to see. And Redgar saving that recon dart to be able to support Solcas in his job anchoring the site instead of using it for information. Something to keep an eye on as we head deeper into this. Team Liquid with a much better bonus round buy this time in the second half. Still able to convert in round 3.
Di coffee shop anjing ya, coffee shop sih.
So how does this look? They're going to fight into tree. This looks all in.
Yeah, Seagate seems to be there to meet them, but no, just backing away from this one. A lot of util being used, dumped right into tree, taking control of it. That's an ult online, an important one. Rolling Thunder now, and well,
kalau menang tim Liquid, gue push up tambah 10 guys.
Yet Angel vacuumed up the space that's offered to him. Aftershock is a little bit too delayed, and he's found a second.
The timings that Angel finds are so feast or famine. They're taking that 1v1, but finding the timing, finding the opportunity, and winning the duel against Yampi.
The question is, the Team Liquid still want to try and commit
Tim Liquid.
to using ultimates against this one plan. Being stuck.
Nas nggak kill nih, Nas belum kill ya, belum kill lagi Nas anjing dia bau Nas cok.
I think the Rolling Thunder is just too much of an investment. This is a bonus round. You want to damage the economy of Na'Vi, but their post-plant positioning is going to be fantastic here. They control tree and arcade. A breach shell just can't hit everybody.
Bisa.
Make a go of it.
Gue pengen push up, karena gue pengen makan, gue push up
Get
dulu.
a couple of picks, of course, that whole situation changes.
There it is. Attempt from Nats maybe to just swing off that stun, not really working out. Full control, and again, just trying to play the exits, take away the guns if you can. Evacuation once more from Na'Vi. Bullets tagging, slowing them down, but it looks like everybody's going to be able to get away safely.
Oke, aman. Sering mati cok, aman cok.
An extremely gentle bonus round, especially.
Gue berharap sih 2-0 aja guys, biar gue bisa nonton yang di RX bro.
Escape completely unscathed. All rifles maintained. When Zipang gets going, and if Angel's hitting entries too, this attack side could be very difficult for Liquid to deal with. They have the lead for the moment. Redgar is picking up the Sova operator.
Anjing Sova operator gak jelas dari mulai.
You always know there's gonna be something when Angel and Redgar are on the field, but I didn't think we were gonna see this.
Not gonna anticipate it, are you? Great tool to stop the contact plays, but what do you do when there's a smoke in your face? Not much. It's got to be the reposition.
Well, famously, Bren, the Sova has really good tools to be able to disengage if you get caught
bisa
out
jam
of position.
5-an pasti iya sih.
So, you know, he could take a more aggressive angle.
Guy's just lying, spreading misinformation over the internet.
CNED's one away from his ultimate. That's
penting main nggak bang? Main cowok, udah pasti.
You can take that to the back. So he's going to pick up the orb at the moment. Probably head back into tunnel and go for this. Now Redgar's going to be forced to play retake with an operator.
Yeah, and there's no big odds to try and push this one back, is it?
Or is he?
I mean,
Redgar's going the opposite way.
Anchoring onto the side, you really just have to get out of here.
He's got the shock dart lineups and the aftershock as well.
Yep, is the util good?
No,
it misses, man, it misses! 2 players detained! Not a chance.
There it is, that's the gambit that Team Liquid went for. I didn't even spot exactly where those shock darts ended up landing, but there is a bit of variability in terms of where you can put the lockdown in tunnel and still get value.
Yeah, the round has gone to pot. I think it might have just been the smokes in the face. I think whatever he's lining that up off, he might just need some part of the wall to fire it off of, or what? I'm not too sure, but
it's a great point. I mean, I don't play Sova on Fracture, so
not many people do.
So I'm unsure exactly what the lineup is there, but clearly Redgar going for it and it not quite landing.
Itu bukan wallnya Nats deh kayaknya, itu wallnya Sugetsu itu.
So that's given Na'Vi another incredibly clean round. This economy is going to be through the roof. All of these players getting an extra 3K at the end of this for the one round.
Yeah.
And the suppression on the side of Team Liquid, exactly the opposite. Na'Vi are now in the ascendancy.
Wallnya sampai sama Sugetsu sih.
They're hunting out this gun though.
Ini wallnya Nats nih, wallnya Nats nih cok.
Does miss, but yeah.
Ini wallnya Nats anjing.
Out into the open. Zipan plucking him. So 8-8, it's evened up. As we were expecting, and another timeout now going to be called here by Team Liquid.
We've seen things from Sean's perspective here in the replay. Just easiest cleanup for Na'Vi. So we're heading into a tactical timeout here by Team Liquid as well, as they try to reassess what the situation is. They're going into an eco for the next, so this one really about how they're going to adapt in round 18 once they have guns back
available. Lama ya guys ya, Max Spicy-nya guys ya.
One of the big things that
belum jalan-jalan, cok. Ini gimana guys? Aduh guys.
Focusing on their discipline and cohesion. Emil said in the past as a coach, he has allowed his team to have a lot of freedom. If they want to overpeak sometimes, if that's something that they're doing because they're confident, he'll let them. He doesn't want to keep them too closely leashed. In the run-up here to champions, he's trying to create a more cohesive, more disciplined Liquid.
Makanya jadi bilang, tai Calvin ya. Anjing ya kau ya.
Yeah. I was rolling back the rounds in my head and I was like, I'm not really seeing as much evidence of this, but listen.
I mean, I do feel like that's what they're aiming for with this kind of composition.
And then
they're having
kuat juga.
Be based on very set
Tulis main CS anjing.
Soulcast has been extremely disciplined in
Bikin
terms of the areas of the map that he's been taking.
gondang dia. Lah aku begini gara-gara dia. Di comeback Tasikmalaya. Kalau kamu benar-benar tak setia.
Maybe being placed for a different position of the lockdown, but it's
one just a little
heavy. I mean, just a massive gamble, right?
Silain bulunya itu, bang, matamu.
Yeah, you have to be extremely confident those lineups are going to land.
Ini kelapa gading anjing, kenapa nggak di Danau Sunter ya?
The money down, so
dekat kali ya.
NAVI, lots of chances here. Risks need to be taken. That's why you're seeing that fault line push out, defensive aggression onto the north side of the map here by Team Liquid.
Nobody ready to punish, and I'm not sure that Angel even got the information that north side has been compromised. The NAVI players left very early on.
Optik bubar bang, udah bubar guys. Ganti sekarang namanya apa sih? Duh, lupa gua nama Optik, tapi nggak ada Y ya.
Look at this, fully stacked up. Team Liquid now actually
energi.
With NAVI also grouped up.
Nah, kayak energi semua guys.
The advantages, they want to be.
Ayo 18 sama nih, tapi kamu miskin Tim Liquid gimana nih?
On the clock, Redguard got the recon dart back, so he's got that available to try and punish.
Grouped up, yeah. Team Liquid, they have.
Kalau nggak ketembak mati dia.
Oh kan?
Anjing dia kalau nembak.
Aduh
anjing nice banget. Tuh nih padahal.
Listen, it was good supportive utility there, but still Angel man, he's ripping them apart, isn't he, with the rifles? Just can't quite get it done with the sheriffs.
Nats has picked up a Vandal here. If there was going to be anybody to make this round winnable, it could be him.
He's now in the open. Door opening.
Nice banget, gila. Nats nggak lagi, cok.
Taking him out here. Just min-maxing, making sure that they can prioritize. Still with 10 seconds left. Here's the plant.
Besok-besok gini aja, besok guys ya. Misalnya gue watch party nih guys, kan jam 2 mulai nih guys, jam 2. Set. Ntar kasih milestone. Lanjut sampai match kedua tapi penuh. Jadi kapitalis gak sih?
Yeah, it's not a possible situation for him, but it's more about if you can try to put a bit of suppression on the NAVI economy because it's currently out of control. You look at Seagate, sini.
Kalau matchnya gue nggak penting-penting banget gitu.
That's a good one. Make Zipan have to rebuy the rifle.
Lo stream juga cuan ya. Lo mikir stream itu cuan ya? Enggak, Cok. Kenapa lo bisa berpikir stream itu cuan? Gua kasih tau guys ya, AdSense kalau gua total view-nya cuman segini, live streaming kayak gini guys. Paling dapat 5.000, 10.000 nggak nyampe, Cok. 10.000 aja $1 aja dapat revenue $1 susah, guys. Kalau streaming belum di atas ribuan mah nggak berasa guys buat makan juga. Ini amannya dari amannya itu dari membership. Gede kalau udah kayak begini, iya. Sebenarnya mah kecil. Kalau misalnya ini mah kecil, Cok.
This is going to be ridiculous, Brent. We've got Yampi with the neon operator.
Lu bisa kok ngecek guys. Lu buat konten ini 10.000 view aja kontennya. Gak ada duitnya, Cok. Paling berapa? 20.000. Gak nyampe. Itu dari ads itu kurang.
It's a great position to TP to.
Lagi live channel kecil lagi.
And you just don't expect it. It's so unorthodox, man. Any potential timing.
Kecil, Cok. Live streaming itu tuh lumayan kecil guys ya.
Look at it, slipped his way into the side dark.
Pakai dolar kuning. Anjing. Orang tadi kena moon ya pakai. Ada cuan, kagak nggak cuan guys. Gue tuh main Valo, sebenarnya kan view-nya nggak gitu gede ya. Itu nggak cuan guys. Pakai dolar kuning udah nggak ada duitnya nih, dikit banget duitnya nih, paling $1. $1 guys nih. Gue cek ya guys ya. Gue cek nih guys ya, kalian yang nggak percaya guys ya. Kalian ingin tahu nih. Live streaming Valorant apa ya? Berapa jam nih gue live streaming guys ya, bayangin ya. Valorant dolar kuning, Cok. Jangan dolar kuning, ini yang selamat pagi guys, 2 jam. 2 jam selamat pagi. Total 4.000 view ya total ya guys ya. Estimated revenue. Ini belum ada sih. 2 hari. Tapi bukannya naik malah turun. 5.500 2 jam. $2. Berapa $2, Cok?
But one of my major issues is while they're up 5v4 and they've been very good at being able to get those attacking first kills all this
susah guys,
year.
kalau streaming Valorant doang mah susah guys, anjing. Kalau nggak dari donate.
We have an op v op battle happening here. Although
Susah
Sini
guys,
is on the other side.
Itu gue live 2 jam ya guys ya.
Yampi doesn't like the look of it. He runs away instantly.
Yeah.
Emang dunia YouTube tuh agak ini guys ya. Itu ada yang tadi di sini yang selamat pagi yang gambarnya Jet. Selamat pagi video gue yang gambarnya Jet ya.
He sees the barrel. He sees the barrel. Misses the chance.
Gambarnya Jet tau nggak berapa dapetnya? $0.5. Mampus nggak lu? Wah, turun dulu guys.
Dancing with death for Yampi. He's trying to work on that internal clock of when the team could have worked their way through tunnel without making a footstep. And to be fair to him, he was perfect. Couldn't have spent another half second there.
Yeah. Peeking off the recon. Broken. Only the one shot though going wide. And a lot of noise being made. NAVI trying to hide their presence, make it difficult to tell which site they're going to be landing on.
I love this smoke as well from Angel. It's obscured the sightline from Yampi. These players over by B are going to be looking for information, but they've made the right read. There's 3 on A, and that's where the spike is heading with 30 seconds.
Yeah, and with no time, safe in position with the Rolling Thunder. This just feels like a lost round almost instantly. The time scale that they've been trying to play this one, a haunt into the back of the side. The Rolling Thunder is being used preemptively to try and bog out these players. 17 seconds left. Everybody pushed and corralled into close quarters here. Cosmic Divide just... Again,
there's no time.
Pushed right in front of them. Angel is right behind enemy lines and he can't win these fights out. 6 seconds left. There has to be the spike being planted. Is there time? I believe so. And still, they're holding it down. All the sidelines there. The shots are landing. It's up to Sokas and Yampi.
Yampi's going to be able to exchange the operator for a rifle, so he does still have a chance. Stun would be good.
He's trying to isolate one of the fights here, but it's so damn difficult. It's a high-low setup. Drop control still there. CNED watching it with the op. Here's the ult. Showstopper against the wall. Damage done, but no kill netted. Distraction play from Solkos, but again, it's ticking. The spike down and down. Time available, not there. This just felt like an impossible round to win for NAVI, yet somehow, somewhere, they pulled it out.
And I don't know how. They had 10 seconds on the clock. Angel was the only player that Ullman ulted into sight. They still had Nats on the high ground of A to deal with, and they bullied their way through all of that defensive utility and managed to get a plant down. That's a ridiculous round.
Yeah, look at this. Right down to the wire.
Just trading people out excellently on this slow siege.
Enak dulu streaming di Nimo. Kalau guys di mana-mana kalau streaming kontrak udah paling enak guys ya. Lu nggak perlu pusing dengan apapun dibayar. Karena begini anjing.
Yeah, pain.
Yeah, and that's what it means. These are the small moments, the delicate things that can mean the difference between a win and a loss.
Now look at this group up. Players are meeting them pound for pound. Zipan! Oh, the man with the flag.
Ya, Tim Liquid kalah nih mah guys.
What is that?
Maybe not so, still. I mean, that is just...
Kalau itu si Matic gue nggak tahu, kan gue nggak di Twitch.
AD, tapping people while he's in the dead zone. What is that?
Fantastic movement.
When Zipan's on raise, anything is winnable. That's another thing that NAVI have shifted heading into Champions. CNED occasionally taking a bit more of a back seat for Zipan to play the solo duelist, rather than experimenting with those Yoru Fade compositions that everyone loved from NAVI.
So lock that away. Do not bring that out.
But Zipan's been absolutely magical on raise.
Pokoknya inilah, gue kasih tau kalian lah, di streaming YouTube itu berat guys.
It's definitely that comfort role.
Kita dapat dan nggak besar banget itu loh. Kalau misalnya besar banget mungkin enak banget guys. Kalau nggak besar, banting tulangnya susah banget cok.
No chance of reclaiming a rifle as well. They are grouped up. Saving his Guardian doesn't feel nice.
I mean, these players could easily get pinched and lose what little they already have.
They already are being pinched. Position is known here. Just gotta find the angles in time. It's all up to Nats. He won't survive. NAVI. It's 11 to 9.
SND besar kabar. Apa dikit pas
the bank is booming. Plenty of money still. Team Liquid once more knocked down.
Pokoknya kalau kalian lihat guys hasil videonya, video paling 10.000, 15.000 itu lumayan lah, bisa buat makan lah. Tapi kalau di bawah 10.000, kalau lagi sepi misalnya kayak lu habis flight streaming 2 jam, total view-nya cuma 6.000, 7.000, kecil ya.
the first as well. I believe that was safe. There's coordination a little off there, but, you know, that's what's going to happen in some of these spots when the pressure gets... I don't really like the way that Team Liquid have been playing their defensive round, Brent, and I'll tell you why. Their composition doesn't have any of that passive information gathering, and so your two options are to try to fight for areas of the map on defense, to play aggressively over towards, you know, let's say tree, and then you back off and you try and re-push another area, and so you're constantly finding new information around the map and creating presence. Or the other option is to try and get, you know, some passive information from an op. And when you look at the comp that they're running, I don't think there is a natural operator. We've seen we've seen Yampi playing it on Neon. This doesn't make sense to me no matter how good Yampi is with the op. When you have a Neon comp with a Breach and a Sova, you've got to be aggressively taking information, not trying to sit passive behind an operator. I think that's been the wrong call for them, and I think it's put them in a really bad hole that even with the right strategy now, it would be almost impossible to dig their way out of. Navi look like they should be able to wrap this one up very quickly.
Dari YouTube doang dong, Bang. Nggak dari YouTube. Iya. Tapi dibilang YouTube tuh utama YouTube, guys. Kalau nggak dari YouTube, nggak semuanya yang lain-lain nggak keluar. Konten biasanya lebih gede, guys. Kalau short Ascens-nya ada Ascens, nggak bisa. Short Ascens lu kalau ber-MM juga dapat kecil.
It's proactive, it's aggressive, but it's paranoia. Fantastic time with that one. Angel TPing all the way out of there. I thought he was TPing even deeper. Damage being done behind the box. Dodging, juking, but Xiao finally lands the shots there. Bullets raining down onto them. And there was that push out through onto the tree side.
Nats being able to pick one up with his favorite gun, the Ghost. It's what made Team Liquid's ecos so phenomenal when they were playing in the regular season. But here, still,
Premium ada itu juga, tapi kecil.
You know, lost in place. There's no way to pick them up. Xiao's weaponry is not.
Akses tuh iklan doang, guys, full iklan.
So this has got to get done with Sheriffs.
Makanya untuk kalau kayak kebuka membership, join member tuh ngebantu banget buat streamer tau. Kenapa? Karena kan lu membership tiap bulan dibayarnya.
No one's looking towards it.
There's no way.
No question marks on the mini-map, and he sped it all the way up. There's a gun for you.
What a play!
That's kill 1, kill 2, guys.
Got to do it. Backs against the wall. Safe. Gets his way out of there. No longer anchoring towards the back, just rattling off the shots, and there's definitely damage done. Players are weak, but a spike will get planted still. So 3 versus 3. Hit in place. Agetsu trying to close this one out cleanly.
YouTube shot kecil.
Bit of anti-synergy though, and Sinet's holding with the operator.
Kalau gua YouTube shot ya guys ya.
Exactly follow up.
YouTube shot itu. Lu per lu 5 juta view. Kalian dapatnya berapa ratus ribu? 5 juta view lu anjing.
Holding it.
Enggak deh, kayak 2 juta lah, 2 juta view lah misalnya ya.
It's almost perfect. This round is for the game. Completely overlapped. Where will the dice fall here? Comes down to it. A bit of RNG. Lighting up the bodies. It's even so far. Safe. He's run them down and Sinet with the operator. Sticking onto it. Rifle gained. Damage done still. Everyone's weak and they all fall down.
Well, Team Liquid took their risks. They took the gambles. And in the end, it did not pay off. Nats tried his very best. But the investment of that Viper's Pit, it was a good idea. I mean, you saw what Safe was able to accomplish. Everybody on NAVI dropped down to fractional health, apart from Sinet, who was outside with the operator. No real way of accounting for that. Team Liquid are going to have one last chance here. NAVI only need one more.
The round's already begun. Straight back to it. Sinet. No time to set up his turret, actually, to watch that angle. He was late towards the north side.
Makasih Romario ya, makasih banyak Romario.
Up, so Kaos just spots it. Damage being done, a tag with the bullet, but not enough to really bring down his opposition, and now there's a pace increase. All the way onto the side, but Yambi's still watching it with the op. Disengaging, dodging away from all this utility with the Nightfall scattering across. I'll be definitely finding it difficult now to get a bit of a foothold here. Rid of one player onto the side, they have to make a call to try and fight, and it's over towards Sand. Still the spike is in halls, and Angel is in no man's land. He used 3 TPs to get into this spot.
He's got to be able to get them out of it. I mean, he's the playmaker now, but he's so far away from being able to make a play happen.
Behind the box.
Another smoke up in 5 seconds. He could use that to try and isolate a duel or get himself out.
Trying to force a fight. Stun.
Musuh ini anti impact apa bang? Gede guys, pemain kayak kota besar di Indo kan.
Attention dragged towards him.
Live streaming, notifnya di situ. Batunya banyak banget.
Marching
Buat gua cari
towards
komunitas
objective, but
ada
no,
gitu.
backing away, playing it because they realize they have time and, well, spamming the common angles once more. Xiao's going to be falling.
They shouldn't be allowed to plant here. Safe and Rega both have ultimates that can stop it.
Tap once more, looking for the fights here. Completely grouped up, but yeah, Team Liquid. They had the advantages there in that round. It was handed them. Let's see, at 12-10. Amount of chances now that Navi has to close out this map.
Bersih berapa persen ya? Lupa gua. 60-40 kalau nggak salah.
And things get easier for Liquid the more that they can win. Yampi's picked up the operator again. You don't anticipate them really going for too much defensive aggression when he's got that weapon online. But these ults are
gak semudah itu, Wendy. Lu ganti IP, YouTuber luar. Kalau penonton lu orang Indo juga sama aja bohong. Penonton guys, bukan dari luar itu guys. Penonton juga harus.
Any kind of space acquisition, taking control of the B site with his lockdown.
Ngaruh banget. Penonton lu orang Indo juga sama aja. Rata-rata Indo.
Yampi's actually taken a lot of space in A holes, and that's going to be beneficial for them. I mean, 2 players right now are getting early information towards A, so they can stack 3B, and they don't have a bad defensive setup.
You should run.
Nade over the top. There's a lockdown. There's a Hunter's Fury to try and push this back and actually deal with it, and this time Nats, yeah. Definitely aware of it for the towers push. Rolling Thunder.
But that's every ultimate. The 2 big ultimates have been used, and Navi still have a minute to work with. Sure, they're in a 4v5. But I think you got to consider that a bit of a win.
Oteng nggak sih?
The entire time though, Yampi has held on to that A
balls. Nggak pernah lah.
Important because it.
Kalau lagi bulan-bulan rame pernah dapat
ya. Stack players onto the B site.
Ada kesempatan dua ada.
Both just caught glimpses of each other there.
And here it is, crossing. Using the smoke timers again, it's just random bullets. It could come down to sheer chance. Or not, they can get into the site itself. There it is, follow the traces, and Nats will just pounce. 3 in a round.
50 stop ya.
Xiao left to do so much more, and he just cannot get it done. 12-11, Team Liquid. Steadily getting there. One more to bring it to OT.
Nats has just been the hero for Team Liquid today. He was at the beginning of the first quarter here on Fracture. He was electric. And now here finding all the important kills. He caught a spot of CNED early on while he was positioned at Dice, repositions into tower, deals with CNED by counter-spamming through the smoke, and then also catches the player in tower who's trying to push him and squeeze him. Amazing play from Nats. He's up 20-14. That's what Emil needs. Star player stepping up.
Cuman ngaruh algoritma kayaknya guys ya. Mungkin jadi di homepage orang-orang gitu mungkin ya.
They realize it. The chances have been slipping away from them to close this map out in a nice clean fashion without it going to the OT. One more shot, one more chance.
The gun rounds in this half have still been massively in favor of NAVI. Team Liquid won the pistol, you know, both times. NAVI is still
gimmick apa lagi?
But that kind of stuff, it doesn't really matter if Liquid's able to find those crucial rounds that end up making the difference. The rounds that count for more than just one. Now Zipan is going to be one away from his showstopper. It's definitely a plan that Navi can construct around that ultimate. And like I said in the prior, with the Hunter's Fury and the Rolling Thunder being removed from the game, Team Liquid don't have the same level of tools. They're going for a double op setup.
Tai kan Patrick anjing emang.
They are. Why not?
Do they have spare rifles on the floor? I don't think.
I believe so. I mean, Reka was chopping and changing it around.
If they don't, they should, because Soulcast has the money for it.
Yeah, and it's the last round for it, so they must do, surely. Well, I mean, this is one way. Try and hold some of that passive map control.
Bring them down.
Meanwhile, on the other side of things, Angel only with a Sheriff in hand.
Slowed down entirely. Yampi.
He's got to be worried about tunnel.
There's danger. Oh, there's more than danger. There's players right in his face. Prowler shot, landing through. Damaged under Zipan.
That could be crucial. I mean, Zipan will now die to 2 Vandal shots to the body as he pops his showstopper. the damage that was just done through that Prowler may end up making a massive difference.
Ini penghasilannya jangan gitu doang. Gua kan udah kasih guys. Ini kalau 10.000 view itu kecil banget. Yang $2, kan $2.
Recon dart being used. That needs to be broken. If it isn't,
doesn't get broken.
Okay, down Team Liquid know that this hit's coming through on A.
They can stack it through.
Oh, disuntar juga ya.
Again, anchoring stall. Defender close to the corner, doesn't stand a chance. When he's up against the rocket. Here with the door open wide. That is a beautiful face. The fundamentals on display from Navi. They found that advantage. Get into the site though. Plan needs to get online here. Up revealed. Yampi holding it from drop here.
It didn't clear to get through.
Against is not cleared. Yep. Still from Sand. This is Dire Straits and this is the map. Navi standing their ground. And Heroics and Redcar not enough in the end. 13-11. That's map number 1 wrapped up.
Navi performing on their map pick there of Fracture. They needed it. All of these maps, I think we can anticipate being just as close as what you just witnessed. These two teams separated by a hair.
Yeah. And this has been par for the course, honestly. This entire year, if you look at these two teams they're playing, I think at most it's been a round differential of 3 rounds on every map that they played against each other.
And what a time for Navi to get back into a form where they look like they've actually got a chance to compete against
Jangan 2-1 lah babi, 2-0 aja biar untuk DRX tuh. Kalau 2-1 sih gue
They've recovered from the worst streak of Angels Valorant Korea recently too, with 4 losses over the course of the recent tournaments. Recovered from that with the qualification to champs, and now looking to start out on the right foot here at group stage as well. You know, Angel said actually in the press conference that we don't have the consistency yet. That's just true. But winning champions is not about consistency. It's about being good here, right now, at this day, at this week. If you peak, if Angel plays well, if Zipan's getting the entries, if they have good strategies and are able to get onto maps that favor them like Pearl and Fracture,
gue udah siapin makanan buat besok gue guys. Ayamnya tadi gue marinasi tadi 3 sekilo buat 3 hari.
Never know when a team's going to go on a run. We've already seen it. You know, we know the caliber of player on either side. And this Group D games that we're watching as well. I mean, Group of Death, Group of Disappointment, whatever you want to call it.
Gimana tiba saya nonton misalnya pakai 10 akun baru percaya orang. Kayaknya lama deh guys kelar guys. Soalnya minimalnya itu lumayan banyak.
Plenty more action left to come in the series, of course. Do not go anywhere. We're right back after this.
Nangis ya.
When you play an actual ranked game, it's 50 minutes, but how much are you actually shooting? With AimLabs, you can compete in over 1,000 tasks that will prepare you for any scenario in any game. So the new ranked season, you play, you get points, you can compare yourself to your friends. With AimLabs' new 1-to-1 Valorant maps, you get instant feedback on how to get better crosshair placement, better
bagus banget thumbnailnya. Bagus gak saya thumbnailnya guys? Bagus ya, bagus ya? Bagus banget nih, mahal nih $5 thumbnailnya.
Get started today by downloading the AimLabs.
Kalau misalnya kayak penting-penting gue pengen coba buatin thumbnail sama orang yang jago. Keren ya cowok, aduh keren banget cowok, thumbnailnya cowok. $5 anjing harganya cok. Gak nutup cok, gua live streaming ini motor mah nutup. Emang iseng aja, biar seru, biar bagus aja. Oh ya nobar tuh Jesslyn. Hanten gak nobar, Astrid nobar, anjing kayak gak nobar deh. Robi main apa cok Robi cok? Baton dadakan. Itu baton si Robi, buat juga. Di Fiverr kah? Bukan Fiverr, cok, ada orang Rusia yang buat anjing. Udah ribet lagi. Pirate nih babi. Kalau nobar ini kayak nggak boleh dah. Mobile Legends soalnya beda game cok. For limbah apa? Welcome tercinta, surprise pulang ke Jakarta. Kakaknya ya? Ini misalnya 19.000, ini lumayan lah, asensinya lumayan. Pas ini tuh lumayan kenceng juga di offline-nya. Lazy Sport apa guys? What's that bro? Nggak premium bang, biar dapat AdSense yang gue tontonin. Besok sih kayaknya nggak. Besok sih paling subuh ya serunya guys ya. Besok subuh kali nggak sih guys? Kan ini set. Subuhnya aja besok ya. FUT T1 sih kayak kurang gitu. Ya nggak sih? Biasanya ngejeselin cok. Aduh, di ini jangan lah cok. Ntar dibilang ini guys. Ajak Bang Brando Valo. Bang Brando main Valonya kayak nggak kurang suka guys. Nah main Valo katanya. Kalian udah pada ngecek barang di bawah sini belum guys? Stiker. Gue nggak beli promosi lagi, lupa lagi. Terusnya nggak muncul. Emang iya? Wah parah nih. Wah ada cok biaya thumbnail. Thank you Ci. Thank you Will.
75.000. Biaya thumbnail.
Dibayarin thumbnail gue. Karena thumbnail gue udah 2 tuh lagi. Enggak, gue nggak minta ya. Gue buat 2 buat gue tuh buat thumbnail yang bagus gitu guys. Harganya $5. Gue sampai bilang sama orang Rusianya, lu murahin lah, AdSense gue aja nggak nutup, gue gituin guys. Dia bilang cannot, nggak bisa, udah harga murah katanya guys. Terus katanya naik lagi $10 nanti. Anjing $10 sih makasih ya, gue enggak sih ya. Kalau $10 sih makasih ya guys ya, nggak bisa guys ya. Will makasih ya Will ya, sehat selalu Will, banyak lancar kerjaannya, lancar. Jadi adminnya. Gue $10 dari aksesnya setengah mati. Lapangan dari Indonya nggak ada. Baju belum ada guys. Baju nanti sih. Baju paling baju Bang Windah ada sih nanti kayaknya. Spill dikit lah ya. Tapi jangan ngebuka TikToknya. Ntar gue diomelin cok. Keren guys. Gue belum pasang nih. Ada 3 nih gue. Ada Gojo. Ada ini siapa sih yang di Mobile Legends. Internet berapa bang sebulan gua? Gua 414.000 apa? Paket yang 50 Mbps oksigen. Di champion di Discord Emotion dibayar kah? Enggak lah, belum lah anjir. Gua belum ada penghasilan di Discord guys. Gua tuh di Discord gini guys. Gua cerita ya. Discord Emotion ini kan mostly gue yang urus sama Bang Winda ya. Sama Morris itu sebagai admin yang diurus, yang mengurus teknikal. Gua berpikir kayak gue pengen duitin sedikit lah buat bisa giveaway ke anak-anak Discord. Dibalikin lagi duitnya buat anak Discord juga guys. Cuman agak ribet guys. Gue tuh pengen bikin consignment di Discord. Kalau laku kan lumayan guys ya. Misalnya barang kalian titip laku dapat komisi disimpan simpan. Buat dibalikin lagi buat giveaway lagi atau mungkin buat bayar-bayar orang-orang yang ngedesain di sini gitu. Hidup game konsen ya, kurang lebih mirip itu sih emang. Misalnya mau jual laptop tuh misalnya titip, oke harga laptopnya laptop kapal, laptop dicek speknya, harga barunya segitu, harga baru sekarang segini, gua second 5%, 60%. Gue jadi pilek ya, kenapa ya? DP Guardian sekali seminggu bang munculnya udah nggak apa-apa guys. Kan itu kan mereka nggak dibayar juga jadi Guardian. Oke, gue nggak pakai musik ya, harus pakai musik ya. Oke lah, it's alright bro. Jaminannya apa bang? Jaminannya ya rekening ketiganya gua guys. Jadi gini loh, kalau lu jadi admin consignment, lu nitip barang jual, laku, duitnya tuh di gua dulu. Barangnya dikirim, oke, iklan muncul. Gua kan sebagai penengah ya, oke, di post di Discord, set, ada yang beli nih. Min, aku mau beli Min, oke, transfer ke sini dan transfer, set. Setelah transfer dan langsung, gue bilang, oke, barangmu sudah laku, silakan kirim barangnya ke sini, dikirim sama si ini, set, ya kan? Dikirim ke situ ke alamat pembeli sampai oke 3 hari nggak ada masalah 2 hari nggak ada masalah, duitnya turun gitu loh buat ke si penjual gitu kan, kepotong sama biaya admin gitu guys ya. Pakai rekening lu, pakai rekening lu lah, nggak rekening gue mungkin, tapi rekening perusahaan mungkin tuh, rekening apalah ada lagi sih pokoknya guys, ada rekening lah. Tapi gue takutnya gue ribet gue harus butuh admin 1 atau 2 orang. Itu pun ribet guys. Masalahnya gue belum siapin sistem. Ada range-nya, misalnya potongannya lu jual barang 10 juta ya, masa potongannya 100.000. Jual barang 10 juta laku potongannya bisa 200-300 ribu gitu loh. Jual barang 1 juta potongannya 100.000, oke gitu misalnya ya. Itu kan 75 ribu gitu. Aja pada video unboxing. Kalau komplain gitu loh. Pokoknya itu ada lah guys, ada lah. Misalnya kayak kalau misalnya komplain harus ada unboxing videonya, jangan sembarangan gitu loh, ada lah guys. Caranya guys ya. Mahal anjing. Iya kemahalan, kalau lu kemahalan, tapi kan kalian lihat engagement di Discord gitu guys. Total member 400.000 ke atas ya guys ya. 438.000 orang udah join di Discord ini. Yang online mungkin bisa 15.000 ya, 20.000 gitu loh. Kalau lagi jempik bisa 20-30.000, bisa 40.000 kali. Lu ngepost satu iklan doang yang barang yang mungkin orang butuh, pasti laku lah gitu kan. Gitu guys. Pak, gue sih mikir mau itu. Duitnya pun bakal gue balikin lagi buat Discord, bukan buat gue. Kecuali laku banget guys. Kecuali kayak gue ngepost 10 item sehari laku 10 item. 10 item sehari laku 10 item. Mungkin gue untung banyak mungkin ya. Gitu loh bro. Potongan fee aja bang, ya let's see lah ntar guys. Gue pokoknya masih dipikirkan di otak. Gue belum bisa nyari adminnya juga, gue belum bikin terms and conditionnya juga, belum gitu guys. Belum guys, nantilah. Mostly itu kan sekarang kan di Discord Steamnya ada FJB tuh. Nanti kalau udah keluar kita punya ini, FJB dimatiin semua. Kita punya satu tab khusus consignment atau mungkin titip jual gitu, bilang titip jual ya. Iklan jualan nih gitu, kayak mau cari barangmu di sini gitu misalnya. Main buka situ banyak tuh, misalnya ada elektronik, ada fashion, ada apa, kita bisa-pisahin guys. Cuman kalau fashion gue kayak nggak berani deh. Mostly elektronik, handphone. Bang Rio, kalau udah ngumpulnya mending buka usaha dulu lah, apa beli yang mau dibeli dulu Bang Rio. Lu umur berapa? Kalau lu masih muda, senang-senang dulu lah sedikit. Pengen beli apa yang lu pengen belilah. Jangan pelit-pelit. Hidup itu nggak ada yang tahu guys. Besok lu meninggal, lu capek-capek kerja, duit lu nggak jadi apa-apa. Kalau jual beli akun agak serem sih, tapi bisa sih. Akun paling elektronik sih, akun sama elektronik. Bikin yang bisa post barang cuma admin. Ya iyalah. Kalau udah ada post barang cuma admin doang mah udah gak akan ada yang ketipu guys. Iklannya masuk, gue yang post gitu, udah gak akan ada yang ketipu lah. Sebenarnya belum ada yang kasih role as member Jakarta bang ya. Ada udah 3 orang kocak. Cek aja ada Jesselyn, Anin, Rizka. Rizka depan Valo tau. Roles. It looked good in the first half where they had the structure, they had the set plays, but you could see once they switched halves and Safe was on that breach and Yampi was on the neon, they couldn't. Kita tuh favorit banget main nonton Valo, cok. Kalau kalian follow IG-nya pasti, aduh, boleh enak banget guys di paha guys. Ada keselangkangan guys, sakit guys. Kalau ketekan sama Clara. Dalam bukan kayak cana gitu ya.
And in the prime game agents, like a lot of surprises here. For NAVI, this is going back to that neon comp, which I never really loved. I feel like it's harder to get value.
20 takut buat usaha bang. Usaha emang susah guys, nggak gampang sumpah. But if you, kalau lu berasa usaha yang pengen lu bangun itu ada potensi gede, lu percaya banget nih, yakin nih gue barangnya aku nih. Coba aja dulu. Tergantung guys, jual akunnya akun apa. Kalau Valorant kan gampang, tinggal ganti email ya.
I agree. I think you're going to A lot of chamber lurks towards shower. You can see Chambers working up short A with a TP to go back into market on this opening attack. You can see him work up long B or into hookah so that way he can disengage on those fights. And it's going to be very difficult for these double duelists to punish the chamber, actually. I think it's a good pick.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. This is going to be exciting to see how it all unfolds. But let's go ahead and send it back over to Brennan Sideshow to guide us through Bind.
Yeah, thank you very much, guys. I mean, who knows what to expect with this one? This is, listen, we were assuming the Chinese NAVI Grand Finals of EMEA, right? Last chance qualifier. There's a little bit of a troll, you know, the Grand Finals. Both teams made the champs. Game satunya udah jam setengah 4 coy sekarang cok. But then NAVI go ahead and they just run it anyway.
Yeah, just run it back, I guess. I mean, pulling CNET out. By the way, they lost in the Grand Finals to Giants of LCQ with Cloud playing Yoru while they were running this comp. Now, I don't know whether the effort they were putting into the game is equivalent to what they're going to be bringing here, whether the ideas are equivalent, but they're running the same composition. And on the other side, you've got Yampi playing Chamber. So, all right, let's get things started then. I want to bring your attention as well to the fact that Safe has a Sheriff. No Boombot, no Satchels, just damage instantly onto Sugetsu.
The utility's optional. Here we go, Snakebite to try and stop this one. I mean, already that exchange of damage.
I didn't even realize Zipan's got a Sheriff on the other side as well.
Yeah.
Both of the Raze players.
Sugetsu lo anjing kenapa cok? Sugetsu kenapa guys? Scroll lo sih guys.
For a silly game, I think.
Gue ngutang pulsa berapa guys? 5 ya?
Get ready.
That's what I was hoping for from Group D.
Yeah. Just silly.
Gini guys. Gua tambahin ya.
Setiap
NAVI, karena gue pengen main cepet ya. Setiap NAVI menang round, gue push up 5. Pyro sama Motion satu beda PT bang. Hitungannya beda PT. Beda yang ngurus soalnya.
All that space being gathered, that catches the lurk and the rotations. Because guess what? It was Yampi gaining all that space through showers while all that was happening.
He's going to be pushed up. New bind makes it easier to clear this position.
Oh, he needs some help though.
Goes 1 for 1.
No trade in sight there, Angel. Still alive and kicking, isn't he?
But only with a classic.
It's a 2v4. Gains the upgrade. 1 smoke left. Can remove one of the angles. Trying to follow the tracers. Landing a few shots here. We'll need
caranya ini
miracle chance here, doubled up into lamps, and yet from behind the timing unfortunate for him, but all really just laid out here for Team Liquid to take this pistol round to get to. So much to do, not enough time. Almost with the shots. Decent effort.
Terus yang desain basic HyperX lagi bang. Nanti slowly ya, maaf ya, Soros tuh agak telat. Soalnya udah jadi beberapa desain kita nih guys sebenarnya guys. Cuman sekarang itu kita kan biasa kan impor ya. Ngeprintnya di luar juga dan lama. Kita tuh sekarang pengen ngeprintnya di Indonesia tapi bahannya dari luar gitu. Sekarang bahan udah banyak kita stok. Tapi mau ngeprintnya itu kita belum dapat tempat yang bagus banget. Dapat tempat ternyata nggak sebagus itu printernya apa sih hasil printnya. Kalau tingkat sampai ke stiker yang perlu di sekarang kalau yang itu ya kurang lebih kayak gitu guys. Kalau yang anim besar ya.
Absolutely loves it. Plenty of firepower on either side though. Flash actually landed top into the corner, and as the recall star was dropped down, it opened up the sideline.
Belum ada guys.
Just as the pistol round opened, this round the other way. Both Rays taking those duels, Sheriff in hand.
Gudi punya kamu juga bang. Itu punya Bang Upi, tapi yang ngurus orang-orang motion juga guys. Jadi silakan. Will, beli aja Will. Apa Will? Itu bagus juga kok. Itu yang ngurus orang motion juga. Itu bagus juga kok. Tapi dia tuh bahannya beda setahu gue. Bahannya Kafka kan? Apa sih Kafka ya? Kafka. Apa sih itu?
Not grouped up, no spike in hand.
Kecil terus dia porsinya dia ukurannya lebih kecil. Kalau Kairos kan lebih besar gitu loh buat meja-meja yang gede emang. Sama lebih luasa pakainya buat keyboard sama anjir nih seriesnya serem-serem amat dah.
This is like a sheriff only game.
I know, it certainly feels like it.
There it is again.
Ball's back of the site and yet back up from the rest of his team. Shots sailing through into the back of the A site. That'll be open area for them to be able to plant. So up to get to. At this point, it's wrapped up. Should be a very flourishing bonus round in the next for Team Liquid.
SE Artisan,
they'll have tons of things online.
SE Artisan nggak?
I mean, especially if Yampi goes in hunts right now, there's a possibility that he might even be able to get.
Skin 1 sampai 10 8 lah.
It should be the one hunting.
Tapi pisaunya kurang. Thank you AZ.
NAVI
Halo Kak, ini kenapa jadi ada medisnya Kak Guraisu guys ya? Aduh, kalian ngapain sih guys? Gue lagi nyantai guys.
Team Liquid playing with a lot of that discipline that they said they were trying to bring into champions here.
Aduh.
Oh, and the grab well.
Locking them in place.
Banget deh Kak Guraisu live streamingnya, semoga sehat selalu dan kok nggak nobar sih Kak? Mendingan nobar tahu daripada main kalah terus.
And Yampi's put a serious focus on taking Shower's control. It might not be at the very start of the round, but that's certainly the area of the map that he's going to be contesting.
Udah mulai aja di sini compare lagi ya Bang. Udah, soalnya udah lumayan oke lah. Nggak di nerf parah lagi sekarang udah lumayan.
We've seen Zipan fighting over towards B. Sinez on Neon, he's got to want to take early engagements. And Angel, you couldn't keep him out of a first duel.
Berjalan dengan tanganmu yang... Banco komunitas Spek lu berapa juta Bang Rio? Lumayan mahal sih guys pas gue upgrade atu-atu guys ya. Gue upgrade-nya nggak full banget. Upgrade-nya tuh kayak VGA-nya lagi ada gue beli. Prosesornya keluar baru gue beli kemarin gitu loh.
I think Seagate just headbutted that Viper orb to try and deny Nats' setup.
Duelist 2 pakai chamber nggak Bang? Kayaknya enggak deh guys. Tetap 2 duelist tapi no chamber sih harusnya. Si 4 second sekarang udah nggak main ini guys. Mainnya Sentinel kalau nggak smoker sih dia. Dia main semua sih kecuali duelist harusnya kalau ada something ya. Itu tuh si Deadlock dipakai apa enggak ya?
Looking like he's crispy apart from the first death that he got in round 1. Otherwise, he's been good for it. Aims on point. Form not an issue.
Team Liquid feeling a tad lost in this one. I mean, 40 seconds remaining. They don't really have any semblance of map control. Only now starting to clear towards it. And guess what? Angel's here. Slide off angle. Lovely movement from Soulcast though. He responds. That is the trade.
Shah needs help. Zepan's going to be booking his way over as quickly as he can.
He does towards the back.
Kayak di Fighter juga sekarang udah nggak main duelist deh. Kalau something duelist, si Jing main apa?
Something duelist di duelist. That's running forwards there. Up and over. Zipan not aware of it. Dropping down now. That's the plan. It wasn't covered. And well.
Oke, 5 pusat. 5 tambah 5 tadi yang pertama ya. Ngutang 5 ya. 5 tambah tadi killnya si Nats yang pertama tuh 5.
Just moving his way around the box. Dodging the Trailblazer from the other side.
Kebanyakan streamer mengeluh Idola Cream tuh kayak revenue nggak generate pas Dollar Cream.
And take a look at this opener from Zipan too. Oh, just catches Yampi as he was trying to escape. And all of those opening kills go in the way of NAVI. Secures them a nice advantage. So, 2 players didn't buy in that round from Team Liquid on their bonus where they could have, in theory, because they had like 5,400 credits, something like that. So you know that they're saving up for an operator. Yampi picks it up. He's 1 away from having Tour de Force online anyway, but he wants to try and fight this down short. The real battle for map control, though,
something main blitz ya, main blitz ya. Lupa gue cok. Udah lama nggak nonton something soalnya.
All the way forwards, using the util.
Gue mau sharing sih.
To make sure they can set themselves up onto that line.
Ini guys ya.
It looks a little
having to give it up
from NAVI here actually.
Yeah, itu really just to now just again guessing.
Target ya guys ya, bulan depan sih kayaknya. Kalau jadi, gue renov kamar ini guys. Jadi gue mau buat tempat streamingnya dipisah sama tempat tidur.
I mean, there was a couple of recalled stars over towards B and they're leaving it.
They know there's nobody down B long. I mean, this is a gamble and a half to think that it would be a full 5-person B hit through hookah.
Another flash committed as well on the other side.
Lagi dihitungin harganya berapa?
Again, no indicator.
Kayak udah inaktif guys, sudah pensiun hitungannya.
Get to finally catching the shoulder of Safe.
This is so much responsibility and pressure to put on Segetsu's shoulders.
Oh, dikasih masuk.
He's out of there. Picks it up, doesn't play towards the back of the site.
It's a bizarre round, but they have both duelists flanking through market. It's a weird way of playing the defensive side of Bind, because you're going to be running into these trademarks more often than not.
30 seconds left.
Yampi's got one positioned at market.
There it is.
How do you get past that?
No chance. Have to break a bit of waiting to see if somebody will just walk into that sight line. It gets triggered. Nats now aware. Repositions all towards the back here. Orbital strike clearing out Lamp. Stun is clean, but here it is. Util flying backwards and forwards. Yampi got close to the corner here, and it's all up to Nats. He's playing his lineups. His whole team has just fell down. Not a chance of holding it. Pushed off the defuse though, but half gained onto it. Maybe a chance, a possibility. 56 health left. No, the faces there with confidence. And the rifles, it's all done. Evened up now to 2-2.
Kita tampung dulu sampai 20 biar
Navi was
cepat.
playing the defensive side there, but the retake was sublime. Angel found a spot to be able to use his Brim ult, and they supported the double duelist coming through short, exactly as the rest of the team were retaking back through, you know, spawn and heaven. The coordination on this was exemplary. Redguard taken down in a spot where nobody was able to really support him, and Yampi's operator is just way out of position, stuck in on site there. Doesn't have the maneuverability that he would if he had a rifle in hand. Yampi's going to have a tour de force online.
Kenapa kalau live nggak selalu pakai green screen? Gantung mood aja kan, kalau mau pakai tinggal naikin ganti kamera.
It feels like a premium is being put on the attacking side for Team Liquid of Showers control. They want this area of the map. Now, CNED with the opping Neon on Bind, I think is just going to be running between his current position and Heaven, depending on what he hears around the map.
So strange, isn't it? Trailblazer, that was used towards B long as well, cleared it out and did spot safe. Was holding there, earned his showstopper up. It feels like Team Liquid are setting up for potentially a bursty play.
With Redguard being an extremely late lurk kind of option.
Manajer football bang, manajer football jarang yang main guys, dikit paling guys, nggak banyak.
He still doesn't have any stars available for this.
Su is close to the corner, damage done through the box, and this is it, the off angle to get Su. Of course he doesn't. No shying away from that fight, spots the legs, damage done even more so, backing away, almost the kill. Zipan all the way through the back as well. Reinforcements have arrived. 3 players left standing here for Team Liquid. It's a bizarre approach to the attack side.
It's a mess of a round, really is. But they're going to try and end towards B. Angel's got this.
Yeah,
I mean Yampi with the tour de force is waiting for somebody to come back through the teleporter towards him and falls straight into Angel's hands.
It's the backstab. Spike is nowhere. Redguard is in elbow.
What am I watching?
It's just all over the place. And it feels a little... I mean,
EMEA bind at its finest.
It's not defined, is it? It's not focused on the attack side.
It certainly isn't. I mean, Yampi's looking for an opening pick, and when he's not rewarded with one of those, Team Liquid didn't have a plan B to fall back towards. Tried to go into an exec, but were waiting for so long for Redguard to get his stars back online. He recalled them, and they were waiting. There was only 30 seconds left, and by that point, they'd already lost Nats, who was going for a lurk play. They're confused as to what the plan B is if the plan A of Yampi go kill doesn't work. And making things a bit too easy here for Na'Vi. Liquid are going to take a timeout. Presumably, this is for Emil to address the philosophy issues of how they're approaching the attack.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, even
when
when committing there, surely, you want to be grouping up, not having Redguard over towards B and sending the showstopper in. Looks messy.
I'm just working out as well. They should have money to buy, Team Liquid that is. Taking his time out. They have a big ult in the back pocket, which is safe. Picked up the showstopper in one of those prior rounds. Big tools to use. You could cook something up, maybe a bit of a pace increase, but it really does feel like the composition as well that they are playing. It doesn't really suit, you know, big bursty plays. It's not like they're running perhaps like a brimstone or something where you can just immediately prop down the smokes. They're running a chamber as well. I mean, they're quite
there are still, I think there are still options though to go for burst plays. Sure, it's not a double duelist composition, but you know, if you're able to combo your utility with like a snakebite over towards B long, a dog to be able to get up there, take some hookah control with the boombot, and then you get into a B exec within the first 30 seconds, that's going to put a lot of pressure on CNED, who you know is opping on Neon. Fast hits here and forcing CNED to have to retake with that tool.
Kayaknya kembar so gue tuh.
I think it's a potential win condition
antara kakaknya atau kembar guys, gue lupa.
But they are all grouped up on A right now.
Yeah, it could be part of the plan. Trailblazer now makes his way forwards. So what are setups, and here's the showstopper. Yeah, they want to burst forwards all the way into the site. Not really catching anyone. How do you take that fight? Still, it's traded and brought down. No value from the showstopper. 4 versus 4 with the pit in play. Trailblazer, it's fast from Na'Vi. They want to try and flood into this one and prevent it from even going down in the first place, but they fail at that. Still cleaning up. Angel, where does he pull it from, man? I do not know, but Yampi's dealt with, and now they've cleared out Showers.
All of these 3 players really grouped up. Any kind of spray that's aimed at one of them could easily catch 2 or 3.
It comes down to it, doesn't it? Will the rifles connect? Retaking into it with the operator, never ideal as well. Sined's using himself as bait, running forwards. Angel is already cleaned him up. 3 in a round for it. Make it 4. You cannot make this up, man.
Ini kedua nggak? Siapa si Nats?
Angel is feasting out
Navi
here.
menang lagi 15 push up ya. 15 push
the
up, bro.
absolute chokehold that Angel has on his team to say, Cned, I know you're our star player, lad, but listen, get in there. Get in there. Start making some distractions. Start hopping around for me.
It's the perfect play to make, it really is. I mean, the wide swing on Yampi who's opping as well. Yampi's not in the best position to deal with a player that swings that close, but Angel's just on fire currently.
20 berarti guys, 20 cok.
And it was briefly discussed, you know, you just never know what kind of form players like Angel, like Redgar on the opposing side are going to come into these events.
No, you simply don't. They are such high-risk, high-reward players that when they're hitting, when they're having a game, they just can be the X factor that wins their team a series. I mean, again, think back to what Angel was saying about winning champions. He said, it's just about being good here, right now, at this day, at this week. It's all about form, baby.
That's all that matters. An attempt there to punish the jump spot. Good flash. Angel blinded, though. I believe that was a team flash. Still just peppering them from a side. The shot misses. Cned. Ducking away.
Good movement, though.
Yeah.
To be able to get away from that was dangerous for a moment there. Yampi's only got 3 more bullets.
Can't give him many more chances, though.
Well, he's got 1 left.
Yeah.
Karena Seraya bang, hari ketiga bang, hari keempat ya?
He's cleared out Hookah. Going to be giving a call to his team, and Seagate now, whether this push could be coming through. That's why the snakebite was layered down. Cosmic Divide at his back. Trailblazer onto the one side. Satchel through and across into the orb, but you have to give up that space. Now there's a nade. An attempted to deny this plan here. Time is running slow. I'm sure they're just running right into them. Zipan, showstoppers there. 20 seconds left. Cosmic Divide obfuscating, hiding. All cues. That's a 2-piece. Natsto from behind. An instant response with the overdrive. He can't quite hit it. It's all seen. The 1-2 punch from those star players.
10 push up ya. Di keep dulu guys ya, 10 push up ya.
In the meantime, Angel's firing a molly onto the default plant spot, trying to make sure that the time works against them with 10 seconds left. Oh, it's scrappy. Team Liquid had a chance there, though. They set Nats up in a position to make magic happen. Again, with Ghost in hand, picking it up, upgrading to a Vandal. I think this is one of their best options to win here on Bind, is to try and put Nats in a position to win. And whether that's creating distractions for him to lurk down short, or using a lot of utility to push him into lamps. In the meantime, though, Cned taking his op for a walk. He runs straight into Yampi.
He's run straight into him with the op sideline. Put him down into a 4v5.
Keren guys, lebih laki-laki
flash play out the smoke. Xiao's holding it, Angel close.
Angel, Redgar, staring at each other.
Sees it. Oh, Redgar doesn't win it!
I mean, again, Angel is just on fire today.
You can't stop him.
And things quiet back down. A pit used as things get to the minute mark here. Sugetsu making sure Showers is not an option. Angel, you can't be swinging that one, man.
Almost repeaking it. They could have just been contacted up onto it. In fact, they are, man. Of course he's going to be falling there.
Jekyll and Hyde.
It's so silly.
3v4, the defensive side now going to be scrambling. Sugetsu forced to abandon the pit.
And Xiao to try and push them back here from the back of the side. Seekers not actually broken. Trailblazer on top of it as well. Flash round to the side. He's going to get stunned up here. No chance in hell. Ton of util coming his way.
Gila guys, di-cover utilnya,
There was a nade in response. That's from Zipan off to the side, but they have gained that ground all the way. And Xiao, he is on an island, essentially. Plant, it's tapped. Forcing out the response once more. Safe over the top here with a boom bot. He wins out the fight still. There's no time on the clock. Segetsu dodging the flash. Round to the side. It's onto Yampi. He's got to hold it. He misses it. The spike. It does go down. Extension into it, but it's a 1v1. Segetsu versus Yampi. With the op held down. How does he win it? Jiggling it. Finds the shot anyway. It's Yampi who finally lands the important one.
These rounds are absolutely bonkers. Oh, I mean, we've lost all semblance of sanity here on Bind. All semblance of it.
15 guys ya, NAVI menang ya.
Enormous hero plays coming out to be able to put teams in position to win. I love the idea from Xiao there, tucking towards the back of the site. But this is what gave Yampi the advantage early on. Cned went for a play like that. And Sugetsu did what he could. Sometimes this guy's aim is just ridiculous, but he couldn't land the final kill.
Yang menang kan bukan NAVI guys, anjing TL.
For Team Liquid. to get their first rifle round on Bind.
So far this series, haven't been favored with the gun rounds.
Not at all.
Where they've been failing.
Anything
to clear this. Sugetsu playing it relatively safe. Jiggle with the knife. As soon as he hears the Trailblazer, yeah, instantly there. Doesn't opt to use a snakebite. There's a pull, there's a nade. He can't get out of there, just about.
Oh, the nade just too slow from Safe. A very nice idea otherwise from Team Liquid. These are the kind of little combo plays that they've been missing throughout the rest of the map that can really set them up for advantages and give them other options and ideas.
Just getting used now at a mid-round portion here. That's going to give Navi lots of information. Points him in the right direction. Where are these players sitting still with 45 seconds left?
Ada yang nyangkut, Cok. Ini kalau gue tuh abis yang cabut gigi tuh kayak bolongannya nggak nutup, guys. Belum nutup nih. Pada makanan nyangkut.
The spike is not over here. The spike is going towards short. It again seems a little uncoordinated from Team Liquid. I don't know what the end goal is here. Do they have to go through the teleporter?
I don't know, man.
They must.
Yeah, they do.
Kumur bang, nggak ngaruh, guys. Gue tuh kumur kenceng nggak ngaruh.
They're going to have to clear that one themselves. Now they're starting to move forwards onto the site, but there's only, again, 17 seconds left. Plenty of opportunities to try and deny. Still, it's safe. Showstopper there. Ducking and juking away from it here, giving all that space up. 4v5 with the pit layer down. This one should be a slam dunk for Team Liquid, but should be, doesn't really play a part in this series so far.
Sugetsu's still looking for a lurk player all the way through B. He's very far away from being able to help in this retake. So I don't think Navi are going to be contesting this one too heavily, just spamming into the pit and seeing if they can get rewarded with a freebie.
Praying, and well rewarded. There's the first one. The time is still ticking. They're going to need a bit more than that, and Shower's still not there. Solkas off to the corner here, not favored with it. What is that? Adjustment, flick to the side, and at this point, yeah, not enough time to make the play for this one. This is Team Liquid wrapping up the round. Evacuation through the TP. In a match here. Body's falling all over the bloody place.
That's a really nice idea for Sugetsu. I thought he was looking to try and collect a potential lurk play through B, but he's just attempting to play exits. They know that Team Liquid's economy is not in a particularly strong spot. You see there that Yampi's got a lot of money, but the rest of the team are feeling the pinch a little. What was this? That's a nasty flick. Solkas will just occasionally, every now and then, pull out a shot that makes you realize he's got some talent there.
Yeah.
Not skill dua nggak?
Team Liquid are going to be able to scrape together a buy though, despite the fact that Navi got a few exits. And a tactical timeout being called by Doom Bros. They used a lot of their Sky utility very early on in that round. Trailblazer was used at the 120 mark. They, about 50 seconds, used Seekers and I believe their final flash to get information.
Round 25 sih anjing.
They knew that the hit was coming towards A. Angel was in a position to potentially drop a planter that was scurrying into the site with only about 20 seconds left. Just couldn't land the shot and didn't have enough people there. But Angel's been calling really reactive, heavy stacks towards one site or another. They're trying to be extremely mobile with their defensive rotations.
Yeah.
But it lends a scattered feel to the map, where both teams are always in transit.
Yeah, it doesn't really feel purposeful on either side with the setups. I mean, understandable, I guess, you know. Players like Angel have talked about the amount of preparation they've had coming into this event. Hasn't been much. It's been non-stop for Navi.
Yeah.
Out of all the teams here.
They said they've had 4 days since LCQ, so no time to experiment with different compositions.
Which is probably why we're seeing...
Unless you're in the finals of LCQ.
The grand finals comp coming out here. Well, new beginning here, round 10. Smoke flashed through it. That was actually dodged, I think.
No, it must have popped inside the smoke.
Either that or...
Or what, Redgar flattened himself and got behind the fountain? Maybe it popped
I thought he used the recoil star, but I could be wrong.
Could have
done.
No, he's got 4 on the map. It's impossible.
Yeah,
he would have had to break the game.
Kita masih siang apa sore kali sana, guys?
No.
Yeah, so that flash giving pretty bad information there, but
ngantuk saudara ya, gara-gara ini mulai tidak terkendali guys ngantuknya guys.
Is trying to aim for very specific information, see if someone's tucked in the corner.
I wouldn't able to play off of it though.
No, both teams just poking and prodding for the first 50 seconds of the round. Not really able to make headway in any direction. Showers and B-Long still controlled by the defending side. Team Liquid, what's the plan? Once more, Redgar ask questions of, how do you lead your team to victory with 40 seconds left? It just looks like they've got nothing.
Flash. Oh, it's baited the rotation. See, it's out of there.
All right.
Nothing spotted in Hookah with 30
Kayaknya
seconds
dua
left. Time
mau dihit sama tim Liquid.
Doesn't have another one to get any sort of info here. Double satchel into the back. Shao, not expecting it. Beautiful. Lovely from Safe, but still Angels here. Tucked to the corner. Smoke at his back.
Yampi
go for a second peek
hit.
of it, but Yampi shuts that one all the way down. Seconds to spare with the plan going down.
Chamber pakai ini udah bisa guys tuh. Kayak OP lagi Chamber guys.
Here for Liquid. Spam. Through the box, Yampi. Chunk down. Just 50 health, but all he needs to do is land the shot, but it goes wide. Everybody getting out of there, playing off the side. Onto the long angle here. Navi now. Into the side itself. There's a pull. Onto the smoke. Nade as well for the first layers of this one. Waves of the utility, but it might start to get rough here. Tap onto it, trying to force it out. Heal online as well. Is this the time for it? Seems like it, but Sugetsu's already taken up that space. Backing away, Safe. A wide swing, but he's traded and brought down. Nevertheless, half on the defuse. Time has been bought, but it's up to Sini, and he cannot land the shots. It was all over the place.
Navi kenapa dituru ya? 2-0 ya nggak sih?
But a nice post-plant positioning there from Team Liquid to make sure that that one was secured. A little fake flash as well from Soulcast. Helped Safe get positioning back into Hookah and win that duel. Ended up being incredibly important. I'm not confident in terms of the way that Team Liquid ended up approaching the site. They didn't know what threats were in Hookah. Angel wasn't cleared over towards long, but once they actually got there, the fake utility being thrown onto A had pulled 3 of the players and allowed them to hit a soft B site. Both of these teams in the first halves of these maps could not find the difference between them.
Op for op, tour de force. Will it make a difference? The angle opens it up. It's Yampi to capitalize.
Throws down his trademark as well, which makes it very difficult for Zipan to try and recontest this area, only with a Guardian. So 2-2, the defense spreads.
GG juga nih apa? Yampi.
Makes it difficult.
Yampi sudah pakai operator, kamu wajib ini ya, wajib apa sih wajib takut ya?
Don't have control of B long. Have to just assume nobody's pushed up onto it and taking the timing.
These are the spots in the round where you feel like Angel gets excited to go and grab some information, see if he can take a fight. He's positioned really far forwards over towards Hookah. Here's the boombot coming towards him. Mouth salivating perhaps, but everybody on Team Liquid going over towards short.
Yeah.
It has pulled the rotation though.
Redgar's
doing one thing very well, and it's throwing fake utility on the opposite side. That's what created a weak B site in round 10, and they've done it again here creating weaknesses on A.
Yeah, cracked open the timing for it. Good orbital strike though, that's going to split up this push to the A side here. Safe alone onto the angle, but still with that tour de force in the hands of Yampi. Is watching it all the way from Shower. Segetsu close to the corner. Angel brought down. Beautiful. I love that adjustment. Bit of spam just trying to bait out the shots here. Leaving
it. Nats 2. Tambah 5, berarti berapa? 15 push-up ya, ngutang dulu guys ya, 15 push-up ya guys. 15 push-up ngutang ya guys. 20 kita gas.
4 rounds in a row that they've been able to put on the board there. With a timeout too. Having a very nice adjustment. All of the fake utility that's being thrown on the opposite side to where they're hitting is pulling rotations away, creating space for Yampi to get set up, and then they're double swinging, triple facing. The discipline that Emil was talking about being showcased here.
We're back into the round already.
Nice banget nih tim Liquid nih.
Flash deep through. That's just spam into it.
Lu kena, baru lu nggak mau kena tuh. Satu nih. Itu pun through the smoke sih.
Not letting Angel get away with it. Final round here of this first half. It forces Cena to make the first move, doesn't it? Something to even it out, but all it results in is a 3v5.
And things are falling to pieces here for Navi. They cannot figure out this slower pace from Team Liquid. The information gathering just not available to them. Cena not finding his opportunities to thrive on Neon.
Banyak kan splitnya guys, jauh-jauh semua anjing.
They're just going for a gamble stack here. There's still a minute on the clock. I mean, Redgar has called a complete and utter halt in this round.
Trying to put the audience to sleep.
But for Navi, this is just going to be torturous. You're begging them to push down short at this point. hoping, pleading that they commit to A. Instead, Team Liquid themselves haven't decided which side to finish on. Now it looks like grouping up, taking the spike, ending B. There's nobody home.
Yeah, Trailblazer didn't see much. Neither does the flash. There it is, the impetus to try and take this one here, but Navi fully grouped up, still aware that somebody could be lurking. We know that the site is completely clear. Of course, Team Liquid still going to be doing their best to stop that one, and that was what they were trying to catch. Navi.
No need for Yampy to be making a play like that when they've got the B side completely for free, and there's been no resistance. You've got to anticipate a heavier stack over towards A, and now potentially Seagate coming around behind on a faster timing. If he can win a duel in hookah against Redguard, maybe there's still a chance here for Navi where there shouldn't have been any.
Maybe a chance.
Apa sih senjata apa bang? Ini.
Clearance into Alba. I don't believe it can see.
Pandal apa? Pandal apa?
Angle. Seagate loses his fight.
Araksis.
It's a scramble, and it's not good enough. Not for Navi, but for Team Liquid, they'll be happy with this lead. 2 rounds ahead now in this first half, 7-5.
Ya 15 push up.
Looked like it was going to be another disaster there for Liquid after they won the pistol and lost a series of rounds in a row, but a major recovery. A question really for me is, Brent, what is this Raze Neon composition going to look like on the attack side? I've got no idea.
Absolutely. Let's send it down to the desk to hopefully explain it.
Thank you so much for that, fellas. And yeah, I mean, look, I think going into this, there was a lot of, it was obviously going to be back and forth through and through. But what was impressive was seeing the way that Liquid able to restabilize, getting ready for this next half. But, you know, you also got to give your flowers to NAVI too. This game has been very close, very competitive between the two.
Yeah, it was a massive recovery by TL, 5 rounds in a row to close that half. But it was the retakes from this strange double duelist comp for NAVI that were so impressive early on, because they were playing them in an interesting way. You have to be super proactive with this composition. So they were going for a lot of these multi-reflanks, trying to put a lot of pressure onto the chamber player of Yampy, and it was working out so well for them early on.
Yeah, and this round right here, like you're mentioning, CNED's stuns are so good. It singles out Nats. He can't peek into them, allows the double flank to come in. And on other rounds in the half, Angel was the one aggressing out of hookah, getting the information. That allowed a mass rotate to come into A. I was super impressed with how proactive Navi was throughout, you know, the middle parts of this first half. But once Liquid solved them, once they got their feet under them and started to understand how this comp was playing, man, they were lights out from that moment on.
And this really was the story of the IGLs. I think it started off with Angel calling these great retakes that they kept on winning. And it was also him performing so well, but it was Redguard turning down that pace, playing these super slow mid rounds, letting that clock dwindle to 20 seconds or something like that pretty much every time.
Yeah, the pace was nuts.
Yeah, and investing really good fake utility on the other side in every one of those rounds meant that NAVI didn't know what to do, despite having this comp that's so good for fast defensive rotation. With that Neon, it never felt like they were able to be in the right place.
Yeah, I respect the idea from Redguard to slow things down, because they didn't really have the stall potential there on Navi running this double duelist comp, and they kind of relied on CNED to rotate around and have stuns ready for the side hits. And Liquid ended up solving that later on, like I said, and they were playing those rounds so well. But now going into this next half, this is where I think Yampy can truly become activated.
All right, well, let's see how this all pans out as we get ready for the second half. Send it over to Brennan Sideshow.
Lumayan guys, 7-4.
Thank you very much, GB. Yeah. How will this one pan out? It's been quite streaky, as the desk have been noting. The adjustments were there from Team Liquid, getting their 5 rounds in a row to make it 7-5, and yeah, couldn't escape it. Couldn't escape it, John.
But caused by a player. That's always a good sign. I mean, 5 in a row on one side and 5 in a row on the other speaks to adjustments and the ability to be able to find an answer and then not really continue to evolve from the way that Navi were playing, I think. But I would expect the tempo to be very different on this side. Navi are usually a slower paced team out of all of the teams that we have here. But in terms of the composition that they're currently using, the Neon Rays should be finding opportunities to explode into sites. You should be able to find moments for Angel to call these fast pops after they gain some level of map control.
In theory, yeah, the tools are there.
Yeah.
I was a fan if CNED and Zipan are the ones leading the charge here for them, but
yeah,
see if they can handle it.
Yampy has a shorty and 2 bullets in his headhunter.
Yeah, 2 bullets left. Standing, it's just pure contact plays. Skipping, hopping towards the side, getting back to safety. Meanwhile, push from CNED close and personal here. It's Yampy. He's baiting it with the headhunter. Fired off one of his shots and he still doesn't win it out.
Oh, that's a ridiculous shot to hit from CNED. It's a great idea from Yampy there. He played that situation perfectly, and the whole of Team Liquid's aggression into sand pulls people into Yampy for him to make the play and get the kill. But it's equalized at 4v4.
Yeah, 4v4, and they don't have control of showers. So Trailblazer, all of that just to clear that space out and regain it, but it has granted a ton of time here for Team Liquid. They've already got the entirety of their team towards the back of the side. If this is red, if they try and take a bit of a TP pivot, could be brutal for them. They just choose to take the timing anyway into the back of the site. Fights are taken. Not even that much util really to supplement it, but they win them out.
Liquid chose to try and get a retake happening there before the spike had even been very down short. Trying to push off the back of the Trailblazer. Soulcast left with 6 health. An impossibility here, I think, for him. NAVI looking down the end of their first pistol round of this match. First pistol round of champions for NAVI to collect.
Big news for them, get the ball rolling.
It's been such a major issue for them this year. I think they only win something like 44% of their pistols.
Yeah, it's kind of egregious.
Just off the top of my head, they're not a team that's been able to get good starts into maps very often.
Util, it is all over the place. Nice little finish there to the pistol, but yeah, inevitable for NAVI. So 6-7. Like I said, get the ball rolling now. Economy flourishing. We'll see what kind of buy they opt into. Classic FPS buy. I can see it, you guys can't. Spoilers, but yeah, 2 ghosts, 3 rifles.
And speaking of the ghost, I mean, what a shot that is. If CNED's able to start entering effectively, and remember, he wasn't really given a chance on the first map that we saw.
Sudah mulai ngantuk lagi. Oh yeah.
If he's able to get rolling and find those picks for his team, that could make the difference for NAVI. Liquid don't make it a gap down short.
Flash connects, gives some info, but not solid info. It's not concrete. I don't know how many players are sat waiting there. It is a crossfire, though. How much can Seagate really do here? When does the fight get taken? Safe, nade, rebounding. Almost a hard read in terms of it. Flash over to the side here. Xiao is out in the open, and that's a rifle. Drop down to the floor.
Bagus juga, Cok.
That's one that Team Liquid are going to be able to recover very quickly. And they pass it
immediately
to
Nats, sumpah, guys.
Who's been their best player, I think, in terms of his performance in this match. Yampy doesn't have any contact just yet off his trademark that's in hookah. So Navi's kind of fake noise and pressure in that area doesn't really net them too much. Team Liquid can still keep 3 players A. They got the read again.
They've got Nats taking that contact with the rifle. He was holding for the higher position. The higher swing. He wants to have another go of it. And of course, he is
skill 2, 5 ya kan? 5 ya kan?
Nats breaks them down.
What a player to pick up the hero rifle. He's just been immaculate today. Every fight he takes is magic. Pouring from his fingertips. Angel's going to give it another go. Distraction from safe to set up Nats, who's ready to swing again. This round has gone to pot. NAVI, they could not find a pistol round win at all. Finally get one here in the second half of the second map, and it's taken away from them. The rug pulled out from underneath them instantly.
I love the proactivity from Team Liquid, though, at the beginning of this to set it up. I think the call in the middle there to rebound the nade. It's a common position that Viper players like to play.
Yeah,
and they're just trying to play a slow default. And I mean, chance of getting value, and they did.
This time catches Xiao, right? He's just playing in that spot, trying to stop some short pressure. But the problem with playing on top of that cubby is that, I mean, if you want to swing, you have to drop, so you're inaccurate. And then also, you're kind of stuck if people use utility like that. Separated from the rest of the squad. So, not particularly a fan of the positioning, and Team Liquid punished really well. All of the momentum in Team Liquid's hands now.
No investment still from Yampy, of course, probably saving for the operator here. Flash with the connection. Information for Soulcast. That's the nade going, flying straight into them, hoping to take that clean fight, but well, Soulcast. Beautiful strafing.
Zipan was on fire at the start of this map. It felt like he could do no wrong in terms of the first fight, apart from that very beginning on the pistol, but he's cooled off quite a lot while Team Liquid were on their heater. And here, being set up for a duel, and Soulcast comes out on top. Those are the kind of fights that NAVI are looking for.
Down to the minute mark. Still a 4v5. Going to be walking right into the sight line. Can Yampi deliver shot? Not quite landing. Gets the information though. Backs away to safety. Give him a haircut. At this point, quite obvious where NAVI all grouped up. A lot of noise being made. Trailblazer used, flash over the top. Not too much else though, no opportunities granted. 25 seconds left, what is the call? It just feels so lost.
I mean, both of these teams, both leaders, finding it very difficult to get into sight.
Because again, it's just obvious, you made so much noise. Fast lane though, cuts up the side, and they are straight in there.
Nice banget Navi, cok.
It's those NAVI fundamentals, the bread and butter of what still makes them a dangerous team.
The fast lane too from CNET, just allowing him to be able to find that opener and drawing eyes away from the people that were aiming to defend Hookah. I mean, flooding out from Hookah in that kind of situation is almost always going to be supremely difficult. NAVI made it look elegant. Still in the 3v2, there are chances for Nats to work magic again.
Certainly, but he's got so much to clear. Snake bite. Not landing in the right spot, really, to try and clear him out. That face though, tucked to the corner. Redguard. Decent go of things, but that is NAVI.
Push up. Kita keep dulu guys
They
ya.
felt like they should not have been favored in that situation, that scenario.
Ayolah Navi lah, 2-0 bro, bagus 2-0 kayak 2-0.
Take a look at the replay here. This is what I like. The fast lane is able to find something, and they flood out of the smoke, both in opposite directions. Great play from Angel and Xiao there. By popping out of the smoke, one to the left and one to the right, it makes it much more difficult for the defenders to be able to accurately track where you're going and spray both of you down. Really well done, and instantly answered the economy that was going in the opposite direction. All was in Team Liquid's favor, and now they're broke.
What that money that Yampi was saving. Nah, not a chance. He's got a TP tucked behind him, so there was always the potential to get out of there.
And he was going for it. Halfway through the animation, gets his head ripped off.
Yeah.
And they are frequently leaving Yampi with just, you know, a gun and a trademark to cover a lot of the map. So if Yampi's not winning those opening duels, it's going to be difficult for Team Liquid, and they're going to have to scramble, go for rotates like they are now. This one a bit more of a gamble. They're on an eco round. And NAVI slow things down. Angel, though, in a dangerous position here.
Potential here. Maybe donation of a rifle. No way in hell.
They're expecting him to be on a more standard angle there. The off angle just works perfectly. Safe takes a peek down short.
Yeah,
killed in response.
Traded here. Over the top, though. Nats is there.
What?
What? There's no way. My man is breaking the physics of the game with that.
What on earth was that shot?
Disgusting. And a chance now.
30 seconds.
Tambah 5 lagi dong, 20
It's a
dong
1v2, he's got the rifle in his hands.
He cannot be allowed to do this.
I'll wake you up, won't it? Stuns, missing, not connecting. Nade enough though to push him out of that position. That's forwards. A lot to clear here. It really is an impossible scenario.
This would be a legendary 1v4 if he was able to pull it off.
He's got to force the fight. Tap of the spike will isolate one of them. Look at the positioning here. There's no swing really from it, and yet the angle's so wide, it was unexpected. Here's the pit, it's online, one kill on. Seen it! He shuts it down. That was getting scary.
Oke, sebelum kita ngeliat 20 pusat gue,
takes it from
gue penasaran itu. Yang kill keduanya anjing gak jelas banget sumpah.
I've got to see a replay of that shot with the Guardian.
Yeah, show me again.
I swear he was in midair.
There's no way. There's just no way, man.
He's just being blessed.
There's no way. This is on the run and gun patch as well, by the way. Look at that.
Same reaction.
Yeah.
Same reaction.
Yeah.
Unfortunate scenes, though, for Team Liquid. Nats did everything he could. That was an eco, though. They have rifles this time. CNED is looking to play with only his ultimate. Otherwise, just a shorty in hand.
Needs to pick the right time as well to let that one loose.
He's got enough money to be able to buy a rifle. He's just chosen not to.
Fast lane, stuns there. Combined all the way up with the Sky utility. That gains them the sight. Team Liquid forced to the back of the halls. Yeah, this overdrive will start to fade here, already half on the duration.
Yeah, and this is a massive problem for CNED. I mean, unless he tucks himself inside a smoke and gets a kill with a shorty, Safe is going to be coming back in with a showstopper very quickly for this retake.
Tap with the spike, it's forcing out all this util. That was the goal of Na'Vi here. Look at our fully grouped up. Here's the Trailblazer now. On their side, try and claim some space, and with the showstopper, it will be made easy. No! It misses to the side, Zipan! An absolute
guys.
Oh, from the jaws of defeat, he had to hit that. CNED close and personal. Value is there.
Skill 2, pokoknya gue ini. Gue ada 5 berarti 5
shot. He brings him down, but it's a 2v4.
In such small moments, the differences are made.
I
mean, Safe is going to be kicking himself for missing that showstopper. It was their major tool at being able to get back in. And now Yampi is just getting hunted down.
Yeah.
They want this operator out of his hands.
Squeezed in the spawn. They want to take that gun away, and they do. NAVI. Where do they pull it from? I mean, we've been bigging up Zipan at various points of this series, but it feels so good to see him back on the Rays. I'm not going to lie. It's just a comfort role for him. In that instance, it wasn't even utility that he's using. He's sitting at the bottom of the scoreboard for them, but, I mean, just look at that.
I mean, to be honest, is that really what Zipan does, or is that just Safe? Just not taking a moment to appreciate that he's tucked himself into the corner? Those are the kind of rounds that make you curse the Rays ultimate.
Yeah. I've seen worse. Definitely. I've seen worse, I'll tell you now.
But what a pinch this puts on Team Liquid. A real credit crunch for them. They're in a spot where they could have potentially tried to go for a force-up. But it's a horrible, horrible economic state that they find themselves in.
Keep counting the roses.
Pokoknya lanjut di RS kah bang? Enggak guys, udah pagi guys, gue bisa mau nge-gym guys. Maafkan aku di RX, tapi aku harus tidur. Aku belum ngantuk di RX.
Until Kesnan starts playing. Here we go.
NAVI are in a great spot here, Brent.
They are.
They have a Brim ult and a Raze ult to be able to work with. Both fantastic offensive tools. Team Liquid have given them a timeout here to discuss what they want to do with their ultimates. And this one should be a bit of a gimme. Liquid have been phenomenal on their eco rounds throughout their run during the regular season of EMEA, but most of that was powered by having, you know, a couple of weapons here or there. Safe's going to go for a Guardian. Okay, so there's Guardian, maybe a Stinger. They're still figuring out what they want to go for.
Safe,
Yampi, and Nats are going to be asked to do a lot here if they want to be able to win this eco round. Otherwise, NAVI may have just run away with things in crucial moments here on Bind.
No tag with the flash. That's still there. Fast lane's used. Cause him to use that snake bite. The pull is really quite nice and damage enough for the kill. There is that follow-up though. CNED all the way through into the site there. Safe reactions, flicks and adjustments. Opening wide, orbital strike. It is a scramble and it is messy.
Safe's doing it though. He's finally taken down.
Absolutely. He's made it just that much more winnable. Still Segetsu, he's left it into that 1v2. Spike, it is in his hands. Doesn't have the hard job of retrieving it now, but my God. Messy beginning for NAVI. Team Liquid, another lifeline, another chance. Player advantage, guns aplenty. They can pick it up and gain those upgrades. Segetsu is going to have to put on a masterclass in terms of how he plays this.
But he did hit both of them going through the teleporter, so he knows that spawn is safe.
Gives him info. Flash to the back. Does he take the timing? The flash didn't lock on. He hears the jump out. It fades away. Forces to 1v1. And Segetsu with the breakthrough.
He shouldn't have been asked to do it. NAVI put themselves in a difficult position, but he's always good for it. Segetsu with 2 incredibly clean kills there towards the end. And a masterful decision to push through the smoke based on the drop. That audio cue gave him everything. Phenomenal crosshair placement. And look at that heartbreak on Emil's face. NAVI get up to 10. More difficult than I expected, but 2-round lead with ults in play. It's theirs to lose at this point.
Yampi.
Oh my.
Your TP is stuck there, son. There's no getting out of that spot. Still, showstopper again the pull. Latching away and pushing them all the way back here, Zipan. Not much left with the fuse. Threading the needle with it, and still coverage is there for the rest of his team. They do not have showers control. I know Yampi's still there, seeking to try and pivot. Break away here, safe. He's holding down the angle, locking down the line of sight, bringing down 2. Eventually going down, but maybe he's done enough. It's 3 versus 3.
And they were delayed getting into B here, so there might still be some doubts in Navi's head. No, instead, Shao connects with the rest of his squad. It's Soulcast in a position to potentially make the difference here.
Pit on lineup.
Right.
Used right into the spawn, cuts it up.
And Soulcast doesn't go for the play. Just holds passively onto elbow, waiting for the rest of his squad. Perhaps a hero move may have been needed in that kind of position. A retake into a pit is going to be so difficult, especially with Yampi's op.
Just how do you win it out? Almost impossible, but that flash is really good. It pushes them deeper into the pit, gets them onto the angles. Has to be the push back in to re-clear! Sugetsu again! What is that adjustment? Stray bullet finding it, and Soulcast last alive. Not for much longer, 11-8.
Soulcast has just been a monster in these last couple of rounds. We saw 5 rounds in a row from Navi in the first quarter, answered by 5 in a row from Liquid to keep things somewhat even heading into the halftime. Now another 5 in a row from Navi as they put the squeeze in this attack.
Oh, God!
The way Sugetsu is winning this.
Can barely believe it himself.
It's unbelievable. It really is. He's pulling out quality performances. And this, only the first game of Champions.
Kosong real, guys.
Safe's been a bit of a hero, though, for Team Liquid. He's made these rounds winnable when otherwise they may not have been. And now he has his showstopper online. Miles away from the action, though, as Navi look like they want to be taking Shao's control and potentially pivoting into an A split.
Flash
The
is
duelists
nice.
now grouping up.
Yeah. No, the Showers is occupied. Taking a fight anyway. Angel. Again, classic play. Redgar. Plenty of moments here. That is fantastic. Taking his time with it. Nat's holding it down. No one gets past the choke point.
Pas skill 2 gue pusat prima lagi, guys.
And this has stunted it, hasn't it? The entirety of the round. What a time for Redgar to make a play like that.
The timing could not have been more perfect. And the one tap, delightfully accurate there to take out the hero. What can Zipan do?
Not much. 26 health. No real time. Spike out in the open. All Team Liquid need to do is face it together. No noise cues though. Zipan doesn't want to give them anything. The information, but there it is. Top of bench, always favored.
I need to stop.
Masih bisa si Team Liquid, masih bisa, guys.
Both of the
kalau bisa sih Navi aja ya.
Performances in that round, but Redgar just doing
Karena
one
sudah
better.
mengantuk ya.
Angel swings out and gets the opener. Redgar timing on the Trailblazer. Knows exactly where to pre-aim to get showered despite it being through a smoke.
Nice! Nice, Egan! Massive plays. That was what was necessary. Forces Navi to take the timeout.
Things now getting very tense. The decider, if we do end up going there, is Split. A map where I really feel again there are chances for either team to be able to win. You were saying earlier, every time these teams have faced, it's been decided by the slimmest of margins. So one big play, one moment, one shutdown of a clutch, a hero play like that from Redgar, an individual hidden form, these can all make enormous differences to the outcome of a match like this. It's Navi's timeout, but Team Liquid still need to dig deep. They're 2 rounds behind, and they've only just broken that streak.
Been fully almost on the attack side here for Navi. Brunt of all the rounds that they've been gathering up. Interesting time for the timeout as well. I mean, like you said, it does offer Team Liquid a chance to talk about how they might come back into this one when they've got ults of their own.
And you've also got to think, is that replicable? The way that Team Liquid won that defensive round? Is Redgar going to be able to make a play through a smoke every time and timing a Trailblazer? Not really.
No.
Can you find other ways of being able to stop them? Have you noticed a theme to what Navi are doing? If that's the case, we still may have plenty more to play with Bind.
Slimmy drop down at the feet, gets them on the faster line towards Showers. Either side again, just looking for that information. I did set Yampi up, though.
And safe. Close to taking contact here. He can take a very thin line and fall off because he's still got the trademark there. But it looks like he wants to actually fight.
Wah, Nats nggak mungkin
forced
bisa
out
lewat.
early from Redgar. Previously, Zipan's been caught in that a couple of times.
Navi harus culik
This
satu
time
dulu,
they
guys.
baited out. It's been bogging him down. Do they want to try and play off that timing? Spotting the jump.
Navi harus culik satu deh, guys. Nggak bisa nih.
Is it really just going to come down to, again,
3A
contact
coy.
plays? Smoke's dropped down. All the way through, there's a snake bite. The angle's watched. Redgar is closer to the corner as the smoke is propped up. No damage. Not enough to bring him down.
8 health.
Redgar survives.
I thought he was going to try and get in off the Seekers there. He was at risk of being able to be caught by a shred of the spam.
And healed all the way back up here. There's
NAVI is still going
34
for
seconds. Yeah, they want to try and put the squeeze again. They know that Redgar is here, close to the corner. His team are bailing him out once more. Redgar playing inside the Smokes team. Liquid sail through. So it's fundamentals and safe.
Aduh, kenapa ini, guys?
Safe really has stepped up. He's finding many crucial kills here that his team needs. Joining Nats towards the top of the scoreboard. That's an ambitious play, but it really just gets destroyed as soon as CNED has a snakebite caught onto him. The vulnerable, just too much, and Safe clears everybody else up. That's dropped NAVI down onto an eco round. And things now, certainly, as close as they could be between these two teams. We're likely to go 11-11.
Well, that parity between these two teams, yeah, it just feels so likely to go even.
Ayo lo, kalian nggak mau melihat gue menderita push-up 5 nih, guys. Ayo, Navi!
Yampi. He is being allowed to maintain information on one side of the map, and they post Yampi up with a little bit of Soulcast utility. He has a trademark somewhere else, and then Soulcast goes and rotates, or Safe goes and rotates.
Yeah.
And they just leave Yampi either alone or with one other player, and it lets them stack a stronger side away from the chamber. They're not doing it just yet in this round, but as that guiding light finds no information towards Fountain, you're anticipating one of these players to rotate to A.
Maybe the rotations. Bursty play being set up, though. This is NAVI fully grouped up, waiting for the orb to go down. I think that's going to be their timing that they take. Right behind it, close to the corner. That's Nats. Safe has rotated. He has the nade, has the showstopper. Nats lines it up, just holding it. No way! Body blocked inside of it. The rocket goes flying past. Dipan will be brought down anyway. And Team Liquid, the ult's being invested. Redgar running them down. It's up to Angel. Doesn't have it in him. Doesn't have the rifle.
Aduh.
What an investment.
Sama lagi,
but he
guys.
really just didn't have the economical advantage.
I'm surprised that they went for it. They still have some way of being able to, you know, win
Nats
this
skill berapa, Nats?
as it
Oh,
gets
Nats satu
later.
doang ya?
But I am surprised that they committed that Brim ult. I mean, is that a 2v4 at the point in which it actually gets invested? A bit bold from Angel.
Navi,
So very similar defensive setup here from Team Liquid.
Lu nambah semap lagi, lu cuma
Yampi getting set up,
mainnya yang satu
Elon
lagi,
with
Navi.
the Sky utility,
Ayo, fucking
trademark
crazy,
in hookah,
Navi.
never been broken.
And
This
the
time
pit.
though, the pit just adds that extra layer of defense.
Good luck getting through it, Yampi. Do you overstep yourself?
He's so deep. He's so open to this close corner.
Can he get out? Yeah, flash. Connects into his face.
It's
If
bold.
he was close enough to the corner, he could get out.
He's testing the limits though, isn't he?
Oh yeah.
Doesn't get punished this time though, and keeps that trademark up.
Ini teori
I think that's
ngeronda
going to
sih,
be
the
crucial.
real
It's
gitu
going to
ya.
allow Team Liquid, you know,
Ronda
10,
the real
15
ini,
seconds
guys.
from now to rotate over to A if they need to reinforce. If Nats gets pressured at all.
Flash tags into Angel.
Guys, tanyain TJ Selin, guys. TJ Selin nobarnya sampai ini nggak? Nobarnya sampai pagi nggak? Kasih lempar ke TJ Selin aja, guys ya.
Shall with Seekers. You can follow these Seekers and have an attempt at getting rid of Nats.
Yeah. Angel was making a go of it to break the trademark again, throw in bit of that false information all the way through showers now.
Gue mau nge-gym ntar anjing jam 1,
Still holding down into the pit. Who will meet him? Anybody to greet him? Doesn't look likely, does it? Just spamming, hoping for a
Gue gak
random
masuk
shot.
party list, kenapa bang? Karena gue di Paperrex langsung gak ada pakai list.
Squeezing Redgar into laps. Any util to set this up? Not quite, just taking the fight.
The Trailblazer missed Nats. They have no idea exactly where this Viper is, and Nats could remain the thorn in the side despite Team Liquid being a player down.
It's all about backstabs, isn't it? On every single front. NAVI, they don't really have control or an idea of where these players could be. Yampi Creeping onto the side to get to. Shuts that one down. That's on top of it.
Nice. Push up 5. Push up 5. Push up 5.
The players are feeling it. It felt like every advantage in the world should have been there for Team Liquid. It's NAVI. They orchestrate something.
Kaya guys Team Liquid guys.
What a creative round for Angel to call. Genuinely. I mean, using the Seekers deep there and taking space off of it, knowing that Nats is trapped inside of his pit and removing all the rest of his support. They get a plant in the back of sight, and they're surrounded on every front, and yet still manage to make that work. Take a look at some of these. I mean, the re-clear through lamps is excellent. You could argue maybe Redguard should be trying to support Nats a little more heavily rather than isolate himself. But I think that's a really confusing round to react to if you're a defender there. You just don't see that in scrims or matches.
Yeah, you don't. That's an audible being called. And now it brings NAVI one step closer for the map, for the series, our opening match here. Champs 2023.
I think a lot of people had written NAVI off.
Oh, gitu sih Slice. Kita mainnya gitu dong Slice.
This year.
Oke, ini ada musuh sini nih. Oke, 1, 2, 3 keluar. Gitu Slice kita mainnya kok anjing kita mainnya enggak begitu Slice anjing. Kita nggak menang-menang anjing.
Recently refinding a bit of that form, footing, compositions looking good, and now they're one round away from advancing in the group of death.
Angel said it. It's not about the consistency. It's just about making it to the events, peaking at the right time.
Smoke's down.
For Liquid, they want to put a stop to it.
I feel like an overtime is almost deserved in this one.
Yeah.
It's been so close between these teams.
NAVI attempting to keep these defensive players locked into A. That's what that flash was for, but as that Trailblazer, really good timing on that one.
I mean, must have seen at least 2, maybe even 3 players.
Yeah, didn't get broken in time, and they still got Yampi locked up onto this line-of-sight angle. It's all given information.
Safe was thinking about rotating and has decided not to. Surely with that flash, though, the raise has to come over to B.
With the Trailblazer, no way. Where's the TP? Yampi? There's nothing to clear him into the corner here. Solkas being wrapped around, he's granted 2. Yampi's still just trying to survive here. Util not clearing him out. Showstopper into the corner, vacated all the way through to the backside of that TP.
Oke, 3 lawan 4 ya. Aduh.
Time. No time. Almost denying it. That could have been it. But the smoke was watched for, and Zipan shuts down his adversary. It's 3 versus 3.
And elbow control for Shaun Sugetsu. A deadly duo for NAVI.
There's no util for Team Liquid.
No, they're in great positions here, NAVI, to be able to win this and close it out.
This should be it. Should be the finisher. Running through onto the site now, giving up control. Semblance of it, a tap onto it, not quite a tap, it's a full bloody stick. Nats half onto it with the smoke in his face, all the way through. That is ridiculous! For the overtime.
Switching sides. Overtime.
Goodness me.
26 kills at the top of the scoreboard, and that is not the most important part of how he was able to make it work at all. Great smoke from Redguard, fantastic play from Nats.
Main di RX. Kuat matanya anjing.
Just the balls to go for something like that.
Just icy.
Kuat juga aja Selin nih, boleh-boleh.
If you end up getting caught going for a play like that, you're straight into elimination matches at Champions. Incredible stuff there. What tenacity from Liquid to keep fighting in those moments. They've won 4 out of the last 5 rounds for an excellent response. Pulling a retake out there with barely any utility. And we come into overtime. The side swap.
First round of it. Pop flash played it. What a fight. This is NAVI taking the battle right to them. A skirmish outside. Just beside Fountain.
Utang 5 berarti guys ya, utang 5 gua guys ya.
Yeah, it was an amazing peek from CNED. He was playing towards
5 doang ya,
well.
push up ya.
Swung on the player.
Tadi tas skill 2 enggak ya? Enggak.
But he's calling the rotate now. 3 players over towards B. Seems a bit bizarre. I mean, CNED's all the way pushed down. He's just worried that they could be circling around, but instead Team Liquid are taking space.
And with this deep push, I mean, CNED's got so much ground here. He knows it's A. The call is made. I mean, exactly. They've given up space.
But he's worried about running into a trademark at some point here. He doesn't know what we can see. Yampi's used it deep on triple. So Zened is concerned that he might not even be able to find properly. He takes the longest route around.
Bisa.
This is aware.
Hyper aware.
Hyper aware. Doesn't win the fight. It's Zened who rips it away. Skipping around and to the side. Information granted and given. Soulcast is so uncomfortable. He's antsy.
Let's go Navi. 10 ya Navi ya. 10 push up nih, yuk menang satu lagi yuk. Nih gue 15 push up deh guys. 15 push up biar terbayar hutangnya lunas. Kan 10 hutangnya tambah 5 kan menang Navi nih abis ini.
Flash out into Fountain, swing from Hookah, and then Zened winning the fight and giving so much information. I mean, Zipan's just perfectly set up for the duel. I feel devastated for Nats there, though. He's done everything he can for Liquid, and he just chose the worst time in the world to go for a strafe.
Yeah, the reposition there.
He looked like he was ready for it.
I mean, the passion from Zened here.
I don't think I've seen that from him
I don't think I've seen him this passionate. He's normally a quiet, reserved player, but you can see how much it means to them. They've had a rough season, but it matters not. All that matters is how you perform at the culmination.
Gue udah push up 5 buat utang abis ini.
A final hurdle of champions.
Both duelists looking to try and take Hookah control here. Safe with a headshot through the wall early on. Has to give it.
A lot of damage backing away for the heal. Top back up to 100. Space is given though to them. And Navi are fast on it, aren't they? They've already taken that Hookah control. Spike is there. Do they want to explode out into this? It's a heavy, heavy fight being taken by Liquid today. Still want to try and control this one. I mean, the rendezvous is not ideal for Yampy if they did push themselves up onto that angle.
I mean, he's already used it too. He was trying to contest over towards B long. They went for a little flashback out. They know that Yampy and Soulcast are still fighting around here.
And
Angel's going for it.
Yep, they're pushing it. Any util to clear this? No, not at all. Stinked through the wall. Shao dropped down to half HP.
And no reaction from Zened and Zipan.
Watch
they had
it
a
for
moment.
Battle of the Lurkers as well. Nats versus Seagate taking place on the other side of things. This is Team Liquid's chance to really grab control once more, bring it even. Another round of OT. Stay alive in the series.
Sugetsu doing work on the other side of the map.
He's brought down red guard, but he doesn't anticipate Nats yet. Swinging from the sidelines. With this 2v4, a tap onto it. Shao's just creating noise as well to try and anchor these plays. He's through the TP. Through short now, but there's no time. Zipan doesn't have health. Nats, he spotted his information. He's going to be noted here. Zipan lands that shot, but he has to stick this. And already Yampy's running onto the sideline. He lands it, bringing down Zipan. Doesn't let it get dicey.
Perfect timing from Yampy through the teleporter. An excellent play by Nats as well. Cleaning up Sugetsu and being able to turn there to deal with Shao. Really nice anchoring of the A side. This is a battle between two teams that are separated by the slimmest of margins.
That's a championship winning call, bro. We're not there yet. We're not there yet, but
there's a long way to go there, Safe.
It's the first stepping stone, so.
But I mean,
respect it though, keeping the morale up.
Yeah, definitely. And building up whoever it was that made that mid-round for Team Liquid. 13-13.
Another round of overtime. Grant and Shower's control.
I mean, look at that. Soulcast forced to use the guiding light just to check whether or not Navi have taken full sand control.
Katanya Kobo mau ngatiin stream aku, guys. Kayaknya nonton Kobo aja nggak apa-apa.
We're only 20 seconds into the round. If Team Liquid recognize that, they can slow the pace down dramatically and be rewarded in a similar way to their comeback on Fracture.
Oh, Yampy falls. Topple down, that is just sublime. Anticipating it. Players going to be crossing into that angle, still tucked onto the corner, stuns at the feet. Nats, he's dodging and juking and still gets out of a kill and the heal on top. So back up to 100, but the player advantage remains for Navi.
They have to be worried about somebody pushing
William
it. You can see the way that
udah
Team Liquid
rugi
are clearing.
50.000.
Trying to contact
Biar
you.
gak cemberut.
Weapons out, ready for every corner. They're concerned that somebody from Navi has gotten deep, and that means that this push is going to be slow. No running into the B site. 20 seconds. It will offer Xiao an opportunity to get his team up to match point again.
For Xiao to be that difference maker. He's got full util, but he doesn't want to reveal his position. He has to just try and bide the positioning, the time. He takes the duel that was turning around. Spike dropped down, and that's in the corner. Cowering in fear, man. It's Navi once more at the precipice.
Match point.
It feels like Navi have been in the driving seat for the majority of this game. Team Liquid are going to take a tag timeout to alter the situation. But this is a very different story to what we've seen recently. It's Team Liquid who won in EMEA. Both of these teams we thought would be fighting for second place EMEA this year, and they've taken vastly different directions. I mean, for Liquid, they had an awful performance at Lock-In, peaked with that trophy that will be a permanent reminder for them in their cabinet of how well they can perform when everyone's at their peak. And here, both of these teams split by a knife's edge, and yet Navi in control. Looking like they might go 2-0 in a map pool that, honestly, I think either of these teams could win on any of the 3 maps that we were playing today, Fracture, Blind, and Split.
You've seen that manifest, man, just how close it is. I said earlier, that round differential, I believe it is like 3 rounds this year between these 2 teams.
Yeah.
They don't blow each other out, man.
Again, think back to the press conference here, where Emil and Doom Bros are talking about how these tactical timeouts, they can tell when the other is going to call one, and they know what each other are thinking in their heads. So there's a tactical timeout called by Team Liquid. I believe we're about to go into a tactical timeout by Navi. The identical twin brother coaches have called back-to-back timeouts exactly at the same time here, heading into round 28. Look at that.
Always awkward if you're calling a timeout at the same time at the opposition.
Yeah, you never liked it.
Yeah, you said your piece in the first one.
Call you what the fuck?
Nobody needs 2 minutes,
bro. Damn,
this is just going to add so much more tension to the players. In spots like this, you feel like, okay, I've already said my piece. I want to get back into it. I want to get back into the action. I want to impose my will upon the game. And instead, you're forced to just sit there.
Feel like
exchanging pleasantries.
Yeah. But think about it. Yes, it's the beginning of champs. But still, right off the bat, the opening match is not one you want to lose. Instantly in hot water. Going down to elimination. Once more, it's Navi. To take that one step forwards, one more round. They've been in this position. It feels like multiple times so far on this map.
I think one of the biggest things that Team Liquid have had in their favor on the defense side is Yampi's operator and trademark setups. This time, trademark goes towards short. He's going to try and op showers. That allows them to stack 3 players on
Navi.
Usually he's being supported by
udah push up 5, Nats sudah kill 29 ya, bisa yo. Nats kill 29 masih kalah tim Liquid, guys. Bisa ya, guys.
See how Yampi gets set up onto the line. He actually doesn't choose to take it, yeah.
Yeah, he's taking a very passive approach here with the operator. That might end up being a difference maker, or it could lure Angel into his death.
Jangan dikasih Jampinya, coy. Ya, mati smokernya lagi. Mati nih, Angel nih, Angel.
Holding, it comes down to this. Missing it. Just barely.
I don't know how. It looked good to me. And just the thinnest of margins.
With that, Navi granted some information. They know now where the operator is.
And Yampi's forced to take a more passive line. So the info that he was able to get and the confidence that the rest of Team Liquid were able to place in him is diminished. This means Navi are going to be able to get set up for an execute into these 2 players on A. They can finally hit the weak side of Team Liquid.
The pull's late. Zipan's already into the back of the site here. It's up to this gun duel that's about to be taken. Nats! Patience is played by him. Still lands that shot there. Snake bite to the back. Yampi repositioning now. Rendezvous. All the way back to safety now. Time is running so damn short. That's a lovely. The crossfire set up and Nats brought down once more still. Reinforcements are there. We're saving to the back. And Sugetsu, enough with the reset. We are going once more to another round of OT.
Jangan dukung Liquid.
You're seeing the discipline on play here by Team Liquid. The way that Nats is supporting Yampi there is phenomenal. He's got that trigger discipline to wait as Zipan runs through the smoke, but also instantly swings to try and help Yampi and stop him from getting punished by CNED. Immaculate team play there from the 2 defenders on the A side, buying enough time for safe to come in. And the cavalry arrive.
Kalau Navi menang, gue push up 20
What is it going to take for one of these 2 teams to get over the line?
We see that third map, or is it Series done and dusted. A bit more left to play. So Kaos notified there, that deep flash. And to be long, still that smoke in his face.
Hello?
Team Liquid are
Dr. Richard.
up here. 3-2 split potentially. Force out that util. Oh, what a fight to be taken. I mean, Safe was right off the back of that one. Seen it.
Okay.
I believe on top of the box.
Kamu nge-gym
Loses that duel.
Aku nge-gym sih emang.
But instantly it's NAVI once more. Plugging up the holes in the defense. They want to take the fights right to them and they're winning them out. Somehow always finding the miracle moments in these rounds here. Close to the corner again, spamming to the red card. He swings, good timing on it. Shao, he's really being pressured now, he's feeling it. He can hear it! And he's dodging to the side, left and right!
Aku punya tanggung jawab buat Kobo juga kan.
Leaves it to Yampi.
Bisa sih aku kalau terlalu barbar gitu sih.
1v2. Surely Shao's done the most. Still the rendezvous available, but Yampi is guessing where are these players. Not a clue. Peeks it. Not able to hit it.
The NAVI players can just pull magic out of everywhere. What is that from Shao? And also taking an uncomfortable duel over by Hookah.
Aku
and
baru
he's able to
ini
find
cukup
the flick shot that he needs.
Sore tidur lagi.
That duo coming up with the goods there. Take a look at the replay here. He answers instantly onto a player that has just got the first kill. And the way he dances around this box was just beautiful.
Dulu guys.
And look at the passion.
Dr. Richard.
Arm rests off. Complete despair on the other side for Team Liquid.
CNED's going to pull out an operator here. Attack side op for the Neon. That's going to give them less options if he isn't able to find an opening duel. He's anticipating taking the op fight against Yampi here, who has decided to just opt into the Vandal.
He's fired off the shots though. Now he's made it acutely aware that he's got the operator in his hands.
I think that's a really unusual way of playing. Perhaps he thought he'd been spotted anyway. But Team Liquid are going to be now aware of this. Looking perhaps to just play a little more cautiously. I do in general like the attack side op from CNED. I think it lends itself more into favoring the contact style that Angel likes to call, because it puts fear into the defenders. They don't want to info peek as much. It lets you contact through as they're doing now in showers. It gives you free map control.
Info dari B-nya nggak ada. Hanya jaga 3. Udah enak banget nih guys.
He's got to get a bit more than that though. Running forwards, his adjustments with it. Already gliding into the back. CNED, he's brought down. Towards the back, a triple here. This should be watertight seal when it comes to this site. Spike dropped down out. Shao's picked up this operator, but can't find an open angle, can he? 2 versus 4 picks it up, running all the way through. And it's brought down once more, 15 to 15. How far are we going to go?
It's been NAVI with the opportunities every time though to close this one out. Team Liquid need a run of 2 even to set themselves up with that map point opportunity. But here you see the difficulty of actually getting into the site. CNED just running and diving through. Not really set up with any utility that they needed to break those crossfires and allow the entry to happen. Zipan is definitely struggling in that department.
Ali Gizi ya, masa sih Gizi gue masa Team Liquid comeback guys, kalau Team Liquid comeback sih.
When you get this deep though, into overtime, you've got to go, I mean, beyond the strat book.
Yeah, conditioning goes out the window. You keep a rough outline of what the opposing team was doing at a given portion of the map. Now we've been doing this a lot. It's a dodge of the Sky Flash, and they tuck Angel deep onto this corner.
This cannot be, guys. I need to sleep because tomorrow I need to get to the games and stay healthy all the time, you know? Everybody, I spend my time to go to the gym, but this one is not, man. Why is NAVI killing all the people? Oh my god. NAVI kill a lot, but cannot closing the score, man.
But again, Spike,
why? You know why?
The crossfire setup.
NAVI can get a lot of kills, but cannot settle the score.
For NAVI. Maybe one day Angel and Shao won't be able to stand
sucks,
up,
you know?
It's not today. And that was just immaculate.
Oh
able to take the kill through the smokes as required. NAVI get up to another Match point 16-15. Neither team able to get across the line on their attack side.
I mean, look at that timeline.
It's just a sea of teal.
Will NAVI be able to do it? They've had so many chances for the series to advance in their groups against all expectations, all odds.
And if this keeps going, NAVI might be in a position to... If this keeps going, NAVI might be in a position to break their own record of the longest game we've ever had at a global tournament. The score in that one was 19-17. This just doesn't seem to show any signs of stopping.
Will NAVI break through? It's the big question.
Didn't kill one, please.
Fast lane there, flash inside of it. No one can really play the marks towards it. Stuns. It's all being supplemented to try and get them into the side, but it's anyone's game, really. And it's a guessing game at that. Holding for these smokes, but this time, fully advantage for NAVI. It's going to be a miracle. And for the map, for the series, Team Liquid having to retake.
But it doesn't look like they're exactly conscious that Yampi could be posted up here. They're playing inside the tube, making sure that they're not open to Hookah. But do they really know that Yampi's here?
Yampi. He wants an open sight line. He's got to know. And look at it, he's expecting almost a push coming through into the back of the site there. It's traded immediately. 2 versus 3. Xiao, he falls. Redgar. You're going to be the difference maker. Still the crossfire. Onto the B-long angle, a tap onto it, it's a smoke, you have to force it into the spam. Redgar sticking it, I don't believe he got half, it leaves it to Yampi, into the 1v1, and time. It's against him. Oh, the satchel half on it, pushed away, is it back?
Ah, nice one, I love you, Yampi. Thank you, Yampi, you saved my life. Now I need to go to push up one more, 20.
I think it's going to be the most unpredictable group that we have here at Champions Los Angeles. Group D, absolute titans, teams that have won tournaments before, going up, stacking off. This time, Team Liquid, despite the heroics of Nats and Save, end up getting taken down. Mimi was talking about it on the desk, how at some point this year, these two teams crossed paths.
All right, guys.
What once was NAVI heading for the number 1 and 2 spot within EMEA ended up in a bit of a decline, a bit of a slump, I think it's fair to say. But they have put themselves up in a great situation here in the first game of groups.
Of course, a round of applause here for Team Liquid. Play their hearts out. I mean, a knife's edge the entire time. See the series go in either direction, but they will be playing now from the elimination side of their group.
And having to face off against the loser of DRX and Loud.
Not a fight you want to take, either way.
Certainly not. But I think both of these teams in pretty reasonable form. There were a lot of questions about where these two teams would end up being. What caliber of play they would bring to the game. And it was actually really quite impressive. I was particularly impressed with what Nats was bringing out here.
Yeah, absolutely.